All right, guys, welcome back to the Borthers Podcast, episode 20, Pog Champion. 20 weeks with us bums. How have you guys lasted this long? I don't know, but we appreciate it very much. Gents,
Almost
let's
half a
get
year,
it.
baby.
Let's get it. How we doing today, guys? It's been a quick week, but I'd say a productive week for me personally. I've been just going nonstop. I actually fully went into full variety for the first time in a long time, so I've been enjoying that. Been playing through a lot of the BioShock games, and for the first time, I should say. So that's been pretty fun. Been enjoying that sort of stuff. How about you guys? Anything streaming-wise for y'all?
No, a little bit same old, same old. Been changing up notifications and stuff like that, and I need to do a lot of do you ever have the stuff you need to do on OBS that just gets backlogged because you're like, I know I need to do this, but
Yep.
I kind of I'll do it later.
Yeah, I need to do a little bit of cleaning up. I did a little bit of that stuff before I went live today, but I just forgot about it. It's like just the littlest, easiest things too. You just gotta add this, maybe clean this up, transition here, transition there. But it's like I don't want to do that right now.
No,
yeah, I'm the same way.
It takes so much time, right? I mean, that's why I'm bad. I'm bad with technology. I don't want to do it took me 30 minutes just now, right before the podcast, to do a fucking follow notification. I was like, oh my God. It's like, can you imagine everything else? Like, it's gonna take me forever. Forget about it, dude.
Yeah, I feel you on that, dude. Just like the little things, even like just for me personally, like social media stuff was how my OBS stuff is just clogged up, man. I'm getting better at it though. I'm uploading a lot more to the YouTube, which that was like my New Year's thing, was more content. That's what I want to try to do, is more content, which it's been going great so far. It's a lot of work, don't get me wrong, but it feels good, you know? 'Cause it's just like a little post here, a little post there, let people know what you're doing, what you're working on. That's it, you know?
Nice.
It's just, you know, doing it 6 times, but
oh yeah. How was your weekend, Mr. Red? I feel like I haven't talked to you in a little bit.
Yeah, just busy with school shit. Getting back into that, and then obviously, I have a schedule that I'm gonna put together for streaming time, so I'm actually staying with it, instead of here and there. Because it's hard to do it at first when you first start out the semester. So,
well, you said your schedule's not too extensive right now.
Yeah, so my classes are only 3 days a week, and they're not too long. Okay. And from the looks of it right now, it's not going to be too rough of a semester for me. Surprise, because I'm actually in my major classes now. So,
oh wow,
yeah. So usually that's when it gets kind of crazy, but it's not too bad so far. We'll see. Time will tell. I mean, for criminal justice, it's not really. It's more about knowing the laws and regulations and shit. That's what it seems like, at least.
Yeah.
And then getting tested on it.
Nice.
I'll feel it.
School's hard.
Yeah, it's not easy. I mean,
definitely stressful.
Well, good. Yeah, dude. Today in general, I feel like I'm hungover or something. Just everything was quiet today. Everything was just this is a weird Sunday. Usually there's a lot more stuff going on. Today just kind of flew by.
Yeah, I read it in a while last night when we finally killed the new boss. So
you did it finally. Nice.
Yeah, it took fucking forever, but we did it. So.
We did it.
Oh, I did see you playing that yesterday.
Yeah. So that took us 3 weeks. The boss before it took us 2.5 months. So
2.5 months.
I think we did a little better this time around.
Jeez, man, that's nuts.
Are the WoW bosses that hard, or does it come to a thing with...
it had to do with roster issues, people not showing up and shit, not being...
That sucks,
which sucks,
dude.
because it fucks everyone over who shows up every single week.
Well, yeah, especially the people that dedicate... What, you guys raid 2 times a week, or...?
Yeah, 2 times a week, 3 hours. And then, there's stuff you got to do outside of raiding, so... It's kind of overall, I'd say you probably put about 12 hours a week, minimum. Could do more, but...
Yeah, I feel that, man. Yeah, I wish BFA was more fun outside of. We were in Sparky's chat earlier, just lurking. And we were talking about that. It's like, man, I wish. Izzy, you play WoW? I'm like, I tried. I just couldn't get out of the normal BFA phase. It just was not fun for me. But I wanted to get to raiding like potential, but I just couldn't get to that point, sadly. And I put hours into at least my rogue. I put in quite some time. I just couldn't. I don't know. Get out of that like mythic type of gear, I guess. But
yeah, that's the thing. Is it's definitely the biggest part about WoW is it's so social. Like if you don't have people to play with, you fall behind in multiple. Right. Especially now. Like, if you don't have a guild that is committed to helping you out, you're screwed. So
yeah, that's tough. I think that's one of the biggest things too. Me personally, I haven't got to end game in FF14, but I could honestly play that game by myself all day. I might even honestly play some tonight, just kind of chill. But like, yeah, I don't know what it is about that game. It's a totally different feel. There's a lot more like solo stuff you can do in that game, from my experience. And
it's a good game.
I like it. I really do. The
I was
progression's
playing
fun.
Elder Scrolls Online for like
That's right.
Just a little bit, not even long, and it brought back some memories from when I first played it.
That's awesome. Yeah, I need to hop back on that game. That's a big download too.
Yeah, dude, it was.
How long did that download take you? Because I know you gotta download that, and then there's a client update you do after that. Oh, did we lose Jagger? Jagger.
Oh, there he is.
Technology, dude.
Welcome back.
Doesn't make any sense why that should have happened. I'm just sitting here. Sorry. Continue.
You're good.
But yeah, it's like 80 gigs. It's like Destiny 2 and Black Ops 4.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's huge.
Big game.
So,
yeah, I'll have to check that out again though. That's fun. I just again, the thing with ESO is more of like you can still single player ish that type of game if you really want to. It's very dungeon heavy from what I played and all that sort of stuff. It's probably changed a little bit since I've played, but yeah, it just comes down to the fact people play, and it's like, look, if we could dedicate ourselves to more than a week in this MMO, we have a chance. You know, we can. Welcome back, friend.
Sorry, dude. I have no idea what's going on. I don't know if my internet's pooping the bed or what. Sorry.
You're good.
No, you're good. We just don't want you to miss out.
That's what I'm saying. Missing out on all this juicy content.
Yeah.
But yeah,
my computer wants me to miss out. That's for sure.
Right. Yeah, I guess so.
Realistically, if I could just have people that wanted to play a certain amount of, or I should say a certain amount of times a week in an MMO, I would probably play it way more, to be honest. It's just more enjoyable.
I think that's what I've wanted to do for a long time. Just get a group of people, 5 people even, that want to play an MMO one day a week.
That's what all it would take for me. I mean, I pay for Final Fantasy 14 right now, and I play it a couple times a month maybe, but if I had friends to play it with or just do dungeons with once a week or twice a week, that'd be great. I'd love that.
Yeah.
Speaking of like all that Final Fantasy stuff, did you guys watch any AGDQ or SDQ?
I didn't get a chance.
Oh, dude, we got some stuff to talk about that. I don't know if you guys heard. Holy crap, there's so much drama.
So much drama.
Oh, yep.
I mean,
my lord.
You guys give me the download.
Okay. So if you guys want to get into it right now, I can explain it.
I'm interested.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, just
honestly.
shoot it, dude. Shoot it.
Okay, so hold on. So basically what happened was there was a speedrunner. I don't know what his name was. I won't mention it either way, but basically he was talking to some girl. They were having text conversations that were so it's kind of weird because you can't really, I personally can't take either side on this one, and I don't think anyone should, but basically the guy, he has he's on anxiety medication or something. He has a dog that helps him with his anxiety and a couple other issues. And
he has a degree in cuddling.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Whoa, rewind that.
Okay.
What?
Yeah. Okay, so basically he wanted the girl to cuddle with him Like that's literally what he said in a text messages, and then it began to get sexual. But,
Ryan,
but-
where can I get my degree in cuddling if I can? If
There's one key part of this that people didn't really look at, but there's apparently there's text message conversations. I didn't look at them personally, so I can't say if they're true or not. But the sexual conversation started with the girl. She started bringing it up. So
Wait, she
this
initiated it.
Yes, yeah. So this ties into a little bit of what happened. So he said he would pay for her ticket to come to wherever that event's taking place, and that she can stay in his hotel with her or with him, and go lay down. And basically, she wasn't. I don't know what it was exactly. Maybe it was different. He looked different in person or whatever, but things didn't go over well. They argued. Then he said, "Oh well, if you're not gonna stay here, then, or if you're gonna fuck me over like this, basically, then I'm not gonna pay for your ticket back. You can pay for it yourself."
Oh shoot!
Which then I'm assuming she lives. By the sound of it, it sounds like she lives in another country or something, because she said how she can't pay for her ticket. And the big debate was it wrong for him to take away the ticket if she originally said she wanted to do these things, or do you think he was a douche for taking away the ticket? Basically, that was it. And the girl, now this is the biggest part that I think is kind of fucked up personally, because it kind of ruins someone's career, but the girl reported to AGDQ that he was sexually harassing her. Now,
falsely,
I don't know
or what's
that's
the story
thing.
behind it?
That's the thing. People don't know if she did it out of spite because he took away her ticket,
Okay.
or because it actually happened. Who knows?
See, that's the hard part to believe. I don't know any side of it, so it's like
Yeah,
she could just be making
exactly.
some bull crap up, or
Yeah,
I don't know.
so-
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
he got banned, right? AGDQ.
Yeah,
banned,
and now he's removed from AGDQ.
which is
There
Wow.
wasn't any, police report or anything like that. So it's kind of like,
Interesting.
I don't know. I think it's kind of fucked up if
If he got busted for basically not doing something or being basically lied to, that's wild.
so yeah, it's just a big, huge issue. I don't know if people are still talking about it much.
I
But
honestly
that's
didn't
basically
know.
I don't know the details, but either way, it sounds like it's crazy. There's always something with the AGDQ now. I swear to God.
Really?
Well, I mean,
Every year
it's not
there's
hard to
something.
get banned from AGDQ. It's like AGDQ decided to ban this one guy who did a run. I think it was a few years back, but he did a run and he kept making fun of Owen Wilson, like just not even like impersonating, was like just straight making fun of him, and like it was fucking hilarious. Like I'm not even gonna lie, it was really funny. But AGDQ thought that was like, I guess, harmful, and so they totally just flat out banned him. And it was like one of the most entertaining runs of the entire event that year. It's so easy to get banned from them. You have to be like super, super like, I don't know if PC is the right word, but you have to be like, you're walking on eggshells whenever you're with them.
Yeah.
That's why each runner, they have like pretty similar like personality, I don't know how to say this, but they're acting
Etiquette.
and cadence. Yeah, I have the same etiquette, that they don't like push the boundaries as far as like going out of their way to be funny. It's just like they're like just the same like robot.
No personality.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed too. I mean, I remember in like 2012, it was just about guys and girls like playing game for fun and just showing this cool stuff that they can do in speed running, And now it's kind of like, yeah, I can beat this game really fast. It's pretty cool.
I like watching it. Yeah.
I like watching it too. It's cool.
There's still a lot of good runners there, but I don't know. It's like it gets like AGDQ it gets a shit ton of viewers. Like
Yeah, it's
Oh, yeah.
crazy.
It's nuts, but it just seems like it's getting cringier and cringier every year.
Yep.
Like watching have you guys ever seen the compilations of AGDQ
Oh
cringe?
my!
I've seen some of them.
God,
Yes.
It's so hard to watch, dude.
It's great.
So bad.
My favorite one was where they're doing the, they're obviously raising money for cancer, and this guy's dressed up as Link from Legend of Zelda. He's doing the Ocarina of Time run, and he has to do this thing. There's this move he does where he like glitches through walls, but he has to keep like hitting the wall with his sword or something, and then he'll clip through the wall and get to the other side of the dungeon. But there's this girl knitting in the background. She's not even on the couch. She's just in the front row, and she's just knitting. And then like it gets to a quiet moment after they read donations, and the girl's like, "So you're all probably wondering why I'm knitting this," and then everyone just like,
"Oh my God!"
No one like really turned to her. Everyone's like, "What the fuck's this bitch doing?" It's like, "You're probably wondering why I'm knitting. Well, I'm just knitting because my grandma loved knitting and she died of cancer, and my family also I'm pretty sure I'm going to die of cancer as well." And then like she kept talking. And then so he goes and does this clipping thing where he has to hit the wall with the sword like a few times. And she's knitting. She looks up while she's talking about her cancer and their family. She leans over. She goes, "Can you stop?" Like while he's playing the fucking game. And then he just doesn't react. He just keeps like doing the fucking speed run. He's just like, "Oh my God."
What the fuck?
And then everyone, but by the end of it, everyone stopped what they were doing and everyone clapped for her.
What the fuck?
And then she got up and walked away.
That's cringing me right now.
That is so weird, dude. Yeah, I remember seeing that was like one of the biggest clips that there was. It was just so awkward.
Dude, I enjoyed it.
Dude, that or watching like the Minecraft con or the Minecon things, the little kids. Oh God. Man, you want to watch cringe? Watch that.
That is some hard stuff to watch.
That is tough, dude.
So Izzy, how much will we have to donate for you to go to Minecraft Con and live stream it?
And go up on the panel? Ask a question. I'm like the biggest dude there.
Happier that you know how everyone's walking around in Minecraft, they have that stick poking out of their back and they have their username above it. You have to put twitch.tv/Izzy_3GS. That's the dumbest question ever.
I would lose it. What are the odds you guys use your Twitch Prime on? Oh my God. Yeah, that's good stuff, man.
You have the people that make fun of the dedicated Wham kid, and they're they're 20 times as worse as that poor kid.
Oh, that poor kid. Poor dedicated Wham kid, man. Wonder what he's doing in life now.
Oh, he's dead, actually. No, I don't know. No, I'm sorry.
Oh God, I was like, oh my Jesus,
that would have been so bad.
You can't do that to me. I said it up pretty bad. I'm like, oh my God, I'm sorry. Oh my Lord.
I like watching AGDQ.
Yeah, I didn't know about that whole drama thing, Ryan. That's wild. If dude gets falsely accused and basically loses his job there. That's
the thing is like nobody really knows like what happened exactly. So it's just a huge drama thing going on.
Oh man,
it's something
which sucks because if it is like true that it didn't happen, that's fucked.
Well, I just think, and I'm okay. I don't disclaimer. I'm not talking about all women here, but there are some diabolical women out there that will use the sexual card against anyone to pretty much get whatever they want. Sadly, so it's kind of hard. Like Ryan was saying, not knowing both sides or not seeing some of the text messages, whatever. It's hard to judge that kind of a situation properly, because you don't want to falsely accuse either party in any argument. Because what if the dude actually did sexually assault her? Then she's in the right. But I don't know. Like you said, there's no actual police report. You were saying, so it's
as far as I'm aware now.
At least, from public knowledge for now. Who knows?
What was the drama? What was the drama last year? Was last year when they got the Dan's Gaming emote banned or something like that?
That was one of them. I think that was either last year or the year before, and then there was the one where
they got Dan's Game thing banned.
It was emote too.
It wasn't Dan's game. It was one of his emotes where he was like he's dressed
Dressed
up in
as a
like
woman.
as a woman with like a bikini on. And
Yeah,
like it's like
because-
it's a small little emote, but the one of the transgendered people that like is part of the show, like they're
Every
the one host
time
or
he
whatever.
went on.
They
Yeah.
they would spam that. It's not,
Yeah.
it's
What do
really
you
not funny.
expect from Twitch chat, dude? Come on. Like, have you guys ever watched Overwatch League and seen that chat?
Oh my
They
god.
would. It gets wild. It gets wild. Jagger's face is turning wet. Did you download too much
not
dedicated
funny.
wham?
It's not funny. It's really not funny. But like just the fact that they got the
Twitch
emo
chat
band was
itself
fucking,
is hilarious.
Yeah.
They just don't like. It's just literally they're a bunch of wild cards. They just don't care at all.
Oh, dude.
Oh my god, dude.
Twitch chat never ceases to surprise me.
Yeah, there you go. Tryhard 7. I'm sure that's banned on Overwatch.
I think it is. Yeah, and the was it the Pepe emotes were all
They banned all the Pepe emotes. I feel like we talked about this before, but what?
Yeah.
Come on, let the people live, man.
Yeah, because apparently
Pepe hands.
it like backs toxicity or something dumb like
What?
it supports toxicity in video games.
Ah,
Some
dude.
shit like that.
Let the people live, bro. Yeah, that's funny. Can we copy strike Izzy? Oh, I have some Alinity news.
Like right now.
Oh yeah.
So
I
my
remember.
favorite streamer on the website Alinity, rookie mistake. I saw this clip on Twitter earlier today. She was explaining something about her sub Discord or whatever. Made the rookie mistake of showing the Discord on the stream. You don't do it if you have an open chat for the Discord. She's scrolling down on the Discord, and I know something's popping up, dude, because she's pretty much a walking meme at this point, ever since she tried to take on PewDiePie. So I'm like waiting. I'm like, what's gonna happen? Scrolls down. Oh, it's a funny gif of her doing like the shake weight thing. I'm like, okay, it's getting a little sketchy. All right. She keeps scrolling. And you know how like the pictures load on Discord at the end when you go to the bottom page? Loads up. Boom! Giant wang just right on stream. Rookie mistake, Alinity. Rookie mistake. I was laughing because she did the alt tab thing really quick and just screamed. And I was dying, dude.
I haven't seen that clip. Is that on live stream fail?
I don't know if they can show it, but I just saw it on Twitter. Someone linked it, and I was dying, bro. Just out of nowhere, you knew something was happening. It was like rookie mistake, dog. Rookie mistake, and I'm just, you can't be doing that. Just like, it was pretty funny. It's hard to say that one wasn't deserved, but like, come on, you gotta at least put on like the intermission screen. It's just like, oh my god, I was laughing. It was funny. I don't think she's gonna get banned for that, but I just thought it was hilarious because she was the one who liked calling out other content
I mean, if she
creators.
gets banned for that, then I'll be very surprised.
She won't. She
'Cause
won't.
She didn't get banned for all the other stuff.
Nope. But I just found that very funny.
Did you see Greek's clip about him? Like he's playing
Oh,
ecstasy of
like-
gold in the background. He's like, "I will do." He had the webcam where it tracks your eye.
Yeah,
He's like,
that
"I will
was-
not go through this challenge without
Yep.
looking at a single butt or a single breast." Or he's like, "Ends in
all-
like 30
I
seconds."
represent
And then
all men.
Then he sits down. He looks and he goes immediately to the Olivia's boobs. He's just like, "Fuck!"
I don't. He's not. I never really thought Greek was like that hilarious, but that clip was brilliant. Whether it was fake or not, I don't care. That shiz was hilarious because you knew it was coming, bro. It was like, dude's got the eye tracker thing on. You just see googly eyes just right there. I was like, oh my god, dude.
Dude, what? I thought they were gonna do this year, like they did last year. But you know how last year you got the Twitch best of the year prior clips,
Yeah,
And
I
they
was
made a
waiting for
compilation?
that.
and yeah, then they didn't do it this year.
What?
Yeah, I was
dude.
sad. I was like, this is gonna be like a really good year for clips, and I wish like did they? I was asking y'all, did they do it? And they just didn't say anything, like or
I didn't see anything in my email from Twitch
Yeah, I
besides
didn't see
like
anything either.
nothing. Yeah, it's like little updates. But didn't Twitch like say something on their Twitter about updating the way,
Oh,
like,
that's right. I have
subs
some
look?
tweets to talk about. one from Twitch, and then one from Gathalion for a suggestion for what Twitch should
I
do
saw
with
that one.
people joining people's chat. And I 100% think that's a good idea. Hold on, let me see if I can.
No,
find
I
it.
was trying to find it for you because you were talking about it. But yeah, I know which one you're talking about, and yeah, I fully agree. I mean, you retweeted it, didn't you? I can't find it.
I think I did.
Where's Red's thing? I'll find it. Aha, okay. Hey, Twitch, instead of agreeing to channel rules, could we have viewers take a very simple multiple choice test to verify whether they should be talking in chat or talking in our chat? Pretty straightforward, basic human logic questions. Thanks.
Yep, I agree.
Multiple choice. That's just hilarious because it's so simple, but it would probably work.
I don't understand why we don't have IP bans yet.
I don't know how a broadcaster with, like, let's just say, like, you got to be a little bit established, like have over whatever a certain amount of followers to get an IP ban privilege for your own stream. It's, you know, it's your business. It's how you want to run your community. I don't see why it's an issue. Seriously, I really don't see why it's an issue at all.
Right. Well, one of the things I saw was the emote thing, where if you click on someone's emote, it'll say what channel it's from, as well as I think you can put the artist name in there too.
That's
so
really sweet.
Both of them. That's
so
pretty sweet.
That's what Twitch was talking about the other day.
That was
as
one
well.
of the things. I thought there was something.
There
else
was something I can't exactly remember, but yeah, that's pretty cool though. Just these little detailed updates I'm pretty happy with, so I need to keep them coming. I'm really waiting for when they're going to start their multi-stream thing and how that's going to work and how you can integrate that with people you're broadcasting with or whatever. I'm interested in that.
Yeah, I'm really interested in how that's going to work with chat. Is it just going to be like multi-Twitch, or is it going to be like, can you go to one like combined chat room? Like, I don't know. It'd be
right.
I'm ready for them to release it already.
Right. I wonder how the viewers and stuff are going to work. If you guys share viewers, or if you guys get your separate viewers, or however that's going to work, you know, because that could change people's careers realistically. If you're,
I think they should do it so like all chat is shared and view count is shared. That'd be sweet.
I wonder how
like
hard
you
that
have
is
to
to
play
do.
the same game or something, but
right.
That's how it works. That'd be so sick.
I wonder how hard that is to do, because you're dealing with, let's just say you're playing with 3 other people at the same game. You gotta somehow integrate the chats and then the viewers or whatever. I don't know how they got to do that, but that's a cool idea. That'd be sweet. Be really cool. But yeah, I'm ready, Twitch. Keep the updates coming, because I know they mentioned a little bit midway through the year last year about having these like bigger detailed updates to the website, and I'm really excited for once they start dropping us some more knowledge and whatnot. It'll be pretty dope, because that way I don't have to necessarily, I think of it this way, I don't have to make my own multi-Twitch. I can have a set whatever shared Twitch link with Ryan and Jagger, and then we all share it to our communities, and it gets them into one integrated stream where you can, I don't know, if they can make it clean or cleaner than multi-Twitch was, or you could just boom, click on a stream, click on a chat, easy peasy lemon squeezy. That'd be dope.
Yeah. Are they going to do that? Because that thing's supposed to be coming around where they talk yearly about like either not necessarily TLS, but they talk about their more updates. Like I guess it's like their mid-year in review thing. Like it's not Twitch, obviously, but
I know. Well, what you're talking about.
They have the what's it called? It's like the updated TOS or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's where DJ Weed and everyone else like talks about it for like, I think like maybe 30 minutes or an hour. I don't know.
Yeah,
they cover a lot of ground though.
When is that happening? Did you hear anything about that?
Nah. It'd be cool if it happened soon, though, because I'd love to hear the outrage about that. It's going to be sweet.
I just want more updates, man. I don't know what's coming down the pipeline, when it's coming down the pipeline. I just know it's going to be here eventually, you know?
Yeah, Twitch really needs to get on that.
Just updating a little bit more.
communication team is garbage. Either there's not enough people there, or they're not doing their jobs. Because I don't know if you guys have ever submitted something to Twitch support, but it takes fucking months.
They don't reply, or they just give you the automatic
Yep.
email system thing. It's like, well, nice. If I'm not a partner, I'm not getting a reply unless I email it to like I don't know. Like, I really do feel bad for like the people that are known in the partner like vicinity, like Hassan and those guys, because like they're just like the partner guys. They're not like PR guys, you know. They gotta do their one job. They can't do multiple jobs at once. I feel like they gotta have like a public figure that is like those guys, but you know, is, I don't know, just head of PR, or like one of the heads of PR, where they can just answer questions, whatever the case may be, help people out, guide them in the right direction.
Yeah, well, don't get me started. I want to go down the rabbit hole, man. I don't want. I stop myself.
That's all right. Sometimes it's good to go down the rabbit hole. Dig up some dirt.
I don't want to go through my monologues like I usually do. I'll save it for next week.
There you go. My monologues. Oh my god, that's hilarious.
I've noticed, like, just for this week in streaming, I don't know if it's just been like kind of slow as far as the week concerned, but I haven't getting what I like to call transcoding fucked. As far as like I haven't had that happen. I don't know if they updated their servers or not servers. Well, I guess they added more servers or something like that. But like usually how it goes, and people that don't know, is sometimes when
first come first serve, right?
Yeah, it comes first come first serve. Like you have like the different levels. For me, mine's like just standard on 720p. But if there's like so many partners online, partners get the the first come first serve transcoding, and then affiliates, and I think everyone else. But if you get like transcoding fucked, everyone else who has like kind of like not the best internet, they can't really run your stream, so it makes your stream
mobile too. It's happened to me. It's like I'm watching your stream on my phone, I can't really watch it. I'm just like, what?
It sucks. Yeah, it takes dude.
Yeah, it sucks, especially if it's. I mean, people think it's a bitrate issue, but it's not. It's a transcoding issue a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be a bitrate issue depending on if your internet's that trash or not. But yeah, it's unfortunate, man. It's really really annoying. I don't know.
Seems like it hasn't been happening like as bad this week.
I haven't had it happen in a really long time, or anyone complain about it in a really long time. Maybe because I stream so gosh darn much, like the algorithms just like, oh, this guy's gonna be live. We'll just give him that. Maybe, I don't know. The robot.
Yeah, that'd be nice. It's always like on Fridays, Saturdays.
Maybe like when the load is heavy,
Thursdays.
Like everyone's like, oh, I'm gonna stream on Friday night or something. Boom, everyone's streaming or something like that. Maybe. But yeah,
I don't know.
See, I don't stream super late at night on those days because I work, so I don't ever actually pay attention to that.
We've been playing a lot of BioShock.
Dude, it's been
good. We talked about this earlier, but
I just touched on it. But yeah, I don't know. I've been wanting to do this for a while, just trying to take the leap into I guess full-fledged variety. I've been doing variety for a while, but like full-fledged variety, like playing through series and like straight up single-player games and no multiplayer unless it's like, I don't know, separated from when I finish the series and stuff. It's a really good change of pace. Honestly, I'm really enjoying the games as well. So, I mean, I'm sure that shows in the streams, like the story and, gameplay and everything like that. The whole lore of like Rapture and all that shiz has been interesting to me. But the thing with like single player games that I notice, and I take this from like a viewer's perspective, I always try to think of it, or I should say I always try to think of myself in the viewer's shoes, because I want to like give the viewer what I would want to see if I'm watching someone else's stream. That's what I try and do. So like when I'm streaming like a single player game or, something that's not whatever, some FPS shooter multiplayer that I'm playing, I don't know. My goal for like a single player game is to try and take my viewers and community on like a journey with me and experience the game together, whether it's an old game or new game. That's like my goal, I guess, with single player games, is to try and take people on the journey with me. And that's been, I don't know, it's been really enjoyable. It's been a really good change of pace, and I'm almost done with the whole series in like a week. That's how much I've been enjoying it. So been good.
Yeah, I was telling you this before the podcast, but you're starting to get to where it gets a little it gets a little hairy.
A little dicey.
Yeah. Because then the BioShock Infinite's good. Then you have to, I forgot what the added DLC is that kind of like kind of wraps up some loose ends. Like it's gonna be awesome, dude.
Yeah, when I went to go look, I'm like, oh, Jagger told me to get the pass. I better go grab it. I'm looking, go in the store. I'm like, pass? Why is it so much money? And then I go to like just like purchase it to see if I like had something already or whatever. It's like, you cannot purchase this twice. I'm like, what? I have it? So I go down to my library, DLC, install. I'm like, oh, okay. So
nice.
Now we rock. So yeah, I have the season pass, have the DLCs for the 2 chapters or whatever it is. So yeah, I'll be taking my time tomorrow. It should be a really, really long broadcast tomorrow, because I didn't want to do a scuffed broadcast today, not have the energy for because I like with single player games, I don't just want to go through the motions again. I don't want to just sit there and play. I want to enjoy the experience and, give off a good experience to the people watching. So I'd like to give my single player games 100%. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Who wants to watch? Let's just say someone's playing Red Dead Redemption 2 and they're just out there just riding their horse, dude. They're not talking to chat. They're just riding their horse, dude, out in the, it can get boring.
Yeah. They get this, like, you can just like feel yourself uncomfortable. I saw a dude and God bless him. He was streaming himself playing Fortnite with his 5-year-old son and his 6-year-old nephew. I was like, dude, why are we streaming this?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great thing, but he's like yelling at the kids every time he went down. He's like, he's shooting me. Shoot him. And the kid's like, I'm trying. I was like, oh God, this is so uncomfortable.
This hurts to watch. This hurts to watch.
Then one of the kids went down. The other kid's like, pick me up. Yeah, that's good, because playing solo player games and just keep talking, I mean,
it gives a different experience, you know what I mean? It's not that I don't love playing Blackout with you or playing games with Ryan or collabing with other people. It just gets a little too much sometimes, like because you want to talk to your chat, you really do. You want to engage in your chat as much as possible, but like sometimes like you're trying to engage with conversation in the call, but also like thank people for subbing or answer a question in chat while playing. It's like, oh my gosh, this is so much going on right now. So like taking a nice little step back or even a step forward, just doing something a little different, engaging in every comment, because you can for the most part do that with single player games, taking your time, the chat can enjoy it a little bit more, have more fun with like the chat and stuff instead of just like I don't know, multiplayer games and whatnot. But yeah, it's just a whole different vibe to a broadcast. It's a whole different experience, I think. And the reason I say that the whole vibe and experience thing is I like to bring up examples like Man versus Game. He's the prime example that I would go to watch like a whole. Like, if you want to watch a stream with an experience, check that guy out. He just does it perfectly. He's got a whole, like, I'm trying to think of the word. He's got, like, a whole different vibe to him and how he just approaches his games with his community. It's a beautiful thing.
He takes his time, and he really tries to enjoy it, and he does.
Like, he wants to take people on an experiance. You know what I mean?
He's very meticulous on what he plays too, which I respect that.
Well,
I mean, mainly what he plays is the Souls series and the Bloodborne series as well. But also he plays like right now, I think he's playing Super Smash Bros. So
he just finished.
He always watches cool stuff.
What you call it? God of War. He just finished that.
Yeah, that too. Yep.
But yeah, just like you say, he's very meticulous. So that's like a perfect word, I think. And I want to eventually be as good as that guy one day with just like taking people on a journey with me and just enjoying the game, because I feel like there's a lot of lackluster content when it comes to just sitting down and actually just enjoying the game. And that's why I respect him choosing, or any broadcaster, not just him, but him in particular, since we're talking about him, where he chooses the games that you know he's going to enjoy. He doesn't play some crap that is out because it's out type of thing. He'll play what is something he enjoyed playing a long time ago, or something that looks like it's going to be really good and worth, you know, engaging with his community with, which I respect, and it shows for it, you know?
Yep.
So, yeah, I've been enjoying it, though. Been enjoying the runs.
Yeah, I was going to mention also, you are 100% going to have to watch a video on the story of BioShock after you finish that.
So,
you will not. It won't make sense. I don't care how many times you play that shit. It is very hard.
The lore is so deep on it. Like I was kind of following along in the first one for the most part. I kind of got what was going on, but then I got to the second one. Things started getting a little dicey. I'm like, where are we? Who are we playing as? What's going on? Found out a little bit towards the end. I mean, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but shiz went down, and then I had a lot of questions after the second one. It's not that I disliked the second game. I just had a lot of unanswered questions. I was like, wait a second. This happened when this, I thought this was going to happen, but so-and-so was with so-and-so, and I'm like...
Yeah, it is very confusing. How the first two ties into the third one is like...
just crazy.
What the fuck? It is just... all kinds of shit. Like you haven't beaten Infinite, right?
Nope, I'm about 5 hours into it.
Dude, I can't wait for you to see the ending, because you're gonna be like, what the fuck is happening right now? Checo, you played it, right?
Yeah, it's been a little bit, but I played it. I had to, because I did the same thing, because I played the games right when they came out. So I played BioShock 1, beat it. Played BioShock 2 when it came out, beat it. Then played Infinite, and then a key thing from the first and third one is I'm not sure about the second one, but the first and third one is like those little audio books you pick up. Those little, like the
that's
logs.
What I told them.
You have to like pay attention to, like, most of them are going to be kind of, but there's some key ones you need to pay attention to on there. And then I watched I can't remember how long of a video it was. It had to be like an hour and 15 minutes or an hour and 30.
Yeah, you probably watched the same one I did then.
Yeah, because I would try to like watch it before I went, like, as I was going to bed, and I kept falling asleep in the middle of it. Not because it was boring or anything, just because I was tired. So I had to watch like 3 times. It took an hour and 15 minutes to explain the story from BioShock 1, 2, and Infinite.
Yep.
So it's yeah. I'm glad you're playing it all consecutively. That makes a lot of sense.
Well, I think that's just the right way to do it. Once I finish this, I'm going to be playing all the Kingdom Hearts games consecutively until the 29th. Well, actually till the 25th, because I'm not a big Resident Evil guy, but I'm gonna check out this remake. I'm gonna really give it a shot, because the last Resident Evil I even played that I can remember was like the Resident Evil 5, I think. And that was that the co-op one? I don't remember if that was the co-op one or not. Right after 4.
I think 4. It was. Yeah.
I played some of 5, and I just never really got to experience those games, nor was I really interested at the time. But I'm in a nice point in my life where I'm able to just go back and just play these games or play remasters of these games, and I'm excited, man. So there's just so many games coming out too. This is like about to be coming out, I should say. There's so many good games about to be coming out. And I want to use my time wisely and just play through stuff that I haven't had the chance to play through until new stuff comes out. Cuz it's been a fun little journey. And there's a lot, dude. I'm looking at like a games list right now, dude, and there are so many games coming out. So I legitimately have to I gotta power through some of these Kingdom Hearts games, bro.
Dude, okay, so this is my opinion on when it comes to single player games. If I personally I'm trying to think of the last single player game I bought that I thought was actually worth it that recently came out. But basically what I suggest to people is to wait a couple months when a single player game comes out. Firstly, because there's no rush, because it's like you're not falling behind like in a multiplayer game or something. And usually nowadays, especially single player games drop to like half off after 2 months. Like, I don't know if you guys saw Assassin's Creed, but that shit was like $20 a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it hasn't been out that long, honestly.
Yeah,
I heard that game was actually one of the better ones in the last like however many years too.
Yeah. Wait, what did David say?
You were on the phone and I was talking about like new stuff coming out this month, and like because I'm playing. Basically, I was saying I'm playing games that I haven't had the chance of like fully playing through right now because we have a little bit of a gap. At least for me personally, nothing really interests me on like the list I'm looking at besides The Walking Dead final season, which we can talk about after this. I'm gonna try out Resident Evil the remake. Yeah. I'm gonna give it a shot.
That's what I figured. I figured he was talking about that.
Yeah, and the last
game
time I played was like Resident Evil 5, I think. So
yeah, Resident Evil 5 was the first co-op one, and dude, great times in that game. Let me tell you, like that game's really, really good. Resident Evil 4 is my favorite, but 5 is like pretty close behind it. But to go back to what I was talking about with the single player games is because you have a lot of single player games on your list. If you have any of the older ones that aren't too expensive right now, I would say to wait on the ones that come out like newly. And there's multiple reasons for this too, because to think about it on a broadcaster's perspective, think about all the big streamers that are going to play the new single player game. You know, like it's going to be super saturated. So it's like you're going to want to get the most out of it you can. I mean, these are just suggestions. It's up to you, but that's how I see it, at least. Because I love single player games too. Like I've been playing a shitload of them recently. I've been playing State of Decay 2 offline a lot lately, and that's been pretty fun. So I
haven't played that game in a long time. Holy moly!
Yeah, it's good. But yeah, that's what I was thinking about doing too, is like a single player Saturday or something like that.
I used to do that, and it was nice
because you're like me, where you kind of. I don't really want to just play multiplayer games. And if people just want to play multiplayer games, you know, it's whatever. If you want to do it, that's awesome. I'm someone who always wants to kind of dip into it a little bit to kind of like see what's going on. So
I just don't want like my audience to ever get to have stale content. And not saying like multiplayer games or battle royale games or whatever you're playing can get stale. It can, depending on how you broadcast it, but I don't know. I always want to have fresh content, I guess. Just want to have something new to look forward to. I don't want to be like, oh, Izzy's or Ryan's probably going to play this, or is he going to play this? Oh, he'll be here tomorrow or something, you know? I want to entertain to my fullest abilities, you know? Right. At least try to, you know? So
yeah, speaking of multiplayer games that are kind of getting boring, I'm finally kind of getting tired of Blackout. It's like, it's not really bad, like annoying from like just getting, I guess it is getting stale, but it's like the developers are like Activision's been like shit in the bed lately. I don't know. It just feels like they're nothing's going to be ever like Fortnite as far as right now goes. Like, so battle royales, I think, unless you're doing that Fortnite style, what Epic's doing constantly, having like an organic battlefield and stuff, like multiplayer games do get like just repetitive and boring after a while. So single players are a good way to like mix it up. I feel like single player Saturday, that sounds fucking legit.
Yep. I used to do it way back in the day, but I just couldn't. I was just lazy and I just couldn't maintain a schedule on it. But yeah, I really think you should do that, Ryan. Just like pick a game that you love and go for it, dude, because it's a great little switch up, and it keeps it keeps it from yourself getting stale. And I know it may sound ridiculous, like, oh my gosh, you play video games for a job, how could you get bored all the time? Trust me, when you do it every day for 7 hours a day, then come talk to me.
Right, exactly.
So it's a good
that link is just a link. Humble Bundle's having a sale right now on all Resident Evil games. So.
Okay, Ryan, everyone tells me
if anybody subs to it, let me know. I'll give you my link so I get money.
Hey, there you go. what do I have? Resident Evil 4, 5, and 6. And everyone tells me that 4 is the best of all time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So that's a quote from you guys. All right.
100%. You will have such a good time with that game. It's not even funny, especially your first time playing it and not knowing
Never
anything
played
about
it.
Oh my god.
I
Dude.
think I played a little bit of 5, and that was it. Like way back in the day, I borrowed it from a friend, played a little bit of 5, and that's the only Resident Evil experience I have. So
yeah.
Resident Evil 5 is $3.74. Holy
Yeah, dude, this sale right now is
hell.
insane. I just actually there was a Steam sale like 2 weeks ago. I literally have every Resident Evil on Steam now, and I got it for like $30. I got 1 all the way through 6, or yeah, something like that.
when are you guys trying to co-op on 5? When I get to 5,
dude, it's gonna be awesome though. Yeah. Resident Evil 2, I don't know if you guys saw the demo for that.
I
You guys
watched
can try it right
Sparky
now.
play through
Yeah,
it
I was
last
watching
night,
it.
and I was
Okay, so this is
sick, dude.
So right now, there's a big debate about that game because it's a remake, but it's not entirely a remake. So if
As
you
in
guys
there's adding
watched
things,
it,
or
so you know how it's an over-the-shoulder gameplay.
right?
It wasn't like that in Resident Evil 2. It was the like fixed camera angles.
Right.
So now the reason why I'm excited for it is because that is the same thing they did when Resident Evil 4 came out. It was over the shoulder, and that's why that game was so good. It was like an action horror instead of just like you go around a corner, there's a zombie, shoot it twice, run away. You know, so it looks really good though. Like it's still the same story, but better looking in my opinion.
Dude,
I don't
it
think
looked beautiful when I was
Yeah.
watching Sparky play it last night. It was gorgeous.
Yeah.
I can't wait to try it out. And I'm
It-
not
it
even like
looks
a big
sweet.
I'm not even a big horror game guy, which is interesting because I just want to play it because I like those types of games. I don't know, just like the whole feel of like a Resident Evil game's pretty dope from what
Yep.
I've experienced. So I like it.
Yeah, it looks really good though. That game's really sweet.
The last thing that's coming out this month, I'm just kind of going down the month list here because January, middle of the month, we got obviously The Walking Dead. We touched on Resident Evil 2 Remake. Kingdom Hearts 3 is actually coming out. Like, it's actually coming out at the end of this month. How long has it been since a Kingdom Hearts game has been released? It's a decade?
2008 is my guess. Let's see if I'm right.
Yeah, you should Google that. But
Kingdom
it's
Hearts 2.
at least a decade, right? I mean, because everyone was making such a big deal about it 3 years ago, I'm pretty sure.
2005 was Kingdom Hearts 2.
We're on
Holy
the shiz,
crap.
bro.
Obviously, there's been games in between, but for the major games that most people played, the first
Yep.
and the second. And, dude, that's crazy because I probably played it in 2008, and that was the last time I ever played their game. So
Last time I played it was on the PlayStation 2, so it had to be 2005 or before when I played, and I don't remember much. But
exactly.
What I did is I spent the money. It was like $100. It was $100. I got every single Kingdom Hearts that's on the digital store for PlayStation plus Kingdom Hearts 3. So I just scooped them up. After I'm done with BioShock, I'm gonna give those a shot because I played them as a kid, but in 2005, I don't remember that half of the stuff, dude. I was playing it with my cousins on their PlayStation 2, and I'm like, this is sweet. So yeah,
those games are so good.
I'm gonna dive in and have like it's just blind playthrough month with me. Good lord, all new games.
You're gonna love it, dude. Kingdom Hearts is such a good series.
It's great.
Like,
It's gonna
holy
be
crap.
great.
Oh wow. Okay. Sorry, I know I'm a little bit behind on that, but I didn't know Kingdom Hearts was supposed to be released this month.
Yeah, it's actually coming out.
Wait, this
Holy
month?
crap.
Yes, the 29th of this month.
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like the last quarter of the year or something. I
Right?
didn't know.
Seriously.
Yeah, here's a link for those of you guys wondering. But yeah, dude, it's gonna be dope. And then not going too deep into February, but get your coffee, get your caffeine pills, and you better be taking afternoon naps because there is so many games coming out in February. Like, dude, I can't even
Remind me. I need to know now.
We got that Left Alive game. We have Anthem. We have Metro, the new Metro game. We have Jump Force. We have the new Far Cry. We have Crackdown 3. All in February, and they all come, like, most of them are coming out on the 15th. Like four titles come out on the 15th of February.
Wow.
So
March, dude, March is gonna hit you over the head too.
I'm
Oh
sure,
my
dude.
God.
DMC 5 comes out. I gotta play through those. Oh my God, this year's gonna be great for games. Oh
Yeah, this is gonna be one of the craziest years, I think.
DMC.
There's a lot of new titles that are just like insane.
We're not sleeping.
I mean,
for 3
Kingdom
months.
Hearts 3 alone is just gonna be like, what the
It
fuck?
might be game of the year, dude. We'll see, but we're not sleeping for 3 months, Ryan. Division 2 comes out in March. Devil May Cry
Dude.
5 comes out in March. New One Piece game comes out in March. Oh my Lord, have mercy.
Days Gone comes out in April. Do you guys remember that?
Yes, dude, they've
That
been hyping that
zombie
up for
game?
like 2 years.
I almost forgot about that game.
The one thing I was worried about was like the performance on that game, because when I was watching I know it was like early alpha footage, but I was watching some
Yeah.
early alpha footage, and since it's like a big horde like type of game is what it seemed like, the performance seemed a little rough. It seemed a little rough, but we'll see. We'll see.
Was it played from Xbox? You know, wait, let me
I
see.
don't know. I didn't. I don't remember.
It's PS4
exactly.
only.
It's
so
it's
it was
exclusive.
probably on the PS4, and that's probably why it looked rough. It's 'cause,
Man, do I have
mean,
to
it's
upgrade
console.
to a PS4 Pro, bro, just to play some
I
of these
know.
games?
You might need to, dude, because I mean, let's be honest, PS4's
It's pretty old.
exclusives are
Oh yeah, they are.
Getting
like
pretty old. Yeah, I've had mine for a
but
while.
yeah, also there's Gears 5 this year, so that's gonna be crazy too.
Right.
The World War Z game, which is gonna be sweet too.
World
Yeah,
War Z, is that a
there's
game?
so many games.
Yeah,
dude.
that game is gonna be pretty cool. It's
Ooh,
like a survival,
Did you guys
like
hear?
Left 4 Dead based.
Huh.
Did you guys hear about that Skull and Bones game that's gonna be coming out this year? Hopefully, it's like a
I
pirate
think
game.
I've heard of that name.
Yeah, I first of all, I love pirate games. I mean, I sat in the Atlas lobbies for however long, just wanting to sail the seas with my lads.
Playing
But, like,
Hearthstone with Nova.
I played Hearthstone and kicked Nova. No, Nova won one. I won one. But yeah, dude, I love pirate games, man. I don't know why. They're just so much fun. I just love that whole like era. Just like it's pretty sweet. Yeah,
Ooh,
there's.
a new Luigi's Mansion game comes.
See,
out
I
this
need
year,
a
too.
Switch. I need a PS4 Pro this year. Good lord.
Yeah, there's some crazy games coming out.
Like I
for
said,
sure.
Me and Ryan aren't sleeping during February and March.
March is just gonna be insane, dude.
Division 2 alone for you.
Oh,
And then, oh man, dude.
I hope they have leaderboards for the Dark Zone and Division 2. I really do. That would be so sick.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Give people a little bit more reason to play PvP. A little bit more.
Yep.
I agree with that 100%. But yeah, dudes, there's so many good games coming out this year. I got to take it one step at a time. But then we have like a drought. Like it's the beginning, the first quarter of 2019 is just wild. And then it just, nothing's been announced yet after that. So it's like, we're just kind of like on our tippy toes. Like when's Gears 5 going to drop? I know a Rage game's coming out this year, Rage 2. I'm pretty sure a new Doom game's going to be coming out this year. Yeah, just stuff that I've been looking for. So I don't know. It'll be dope. It'll be dope.
Is there another Call of Duty coming out this year? There
Oh
is,
yeah.
right?
Oh yeah, there will be.
God.
So we're gonna have to get good at another BR Call of Duty on PC.
So something tells me it's not going to be as good. I don't know. I just have that. That feeling.
Despite as much as people piss and moan about Blackout, I really think it has a lot of potential. I really do think it's.
Mhm.
It just needs a little more attention on PC, I think, and I don't know. I know people have had discussions going on. I've been reading like different pro players' opinions and just I don't know, because I'm involved with the community. I love the game. It's pretty fun. I like competing in tournaments every now and again, and it's I don't know. I think it just needs a little bit more work. Like I mean, even if they had some sort of leaderboard or rank system on it, would be great. More details to I mean, they're doing better with the cosmetics and stuff, which is nice. I'm enjoying that part of it. Just can be a little more flashy, but just, I don't know. It just needs, I think it needs more. I know it's hard to say. It's like follow the Fortnite formula, but they can't. I don't know if they legally can follow the Fortnite formula, you know, unless it goes
just
like
updating the map.
Yeah, like updating the map and changing the way the map looks all the time and just adding new guns all the time. That would keep it so fresh. I think people would really play it a lot more.
Oh yeah, I think. Have you heard? This is just rumors, but I think they're going to go free to play later on in the year.
Yep,
Or
I forgot to mention that.
Maybe not just later on in the year, but maybe like up and coming, like within like a few months.
See,
or so.
if they're smart, they would do it a couple months before, like a new COD would come out. And I've been hearing rumors that it's going to be Modern Warfare 4, and I enjoyed the crap out of Modern Warfare 3. It's one of my favorite games. Just in my opinion, it was one of my favorite games just because I met so many cool people and played with so many of my friends that I still play with today online. So I enjoyed that game. It was a good experience for me. So I'm excited. I mean, I can't wait to see what they bring to the table. Whether or not there's going to be a BR, I'm sure there will be. I mean, who's not going to cash in on this, especially if you're in the shooter genre? I don't see why you wouldn't cash in on it. Makes sense. So,
yeah, I hope they do at least something. I mean, everyone likes to make fun of BRs, but that's seriously probably the best thing that's happened for the. I think I've talked about this before. Probably
gaming.
One of the best things. Like, well, just for the FPS genre, definitely gaming, but the FPS genre alone
100%.
It's kind of dull. But now, like with FPS or with BRs, it kind of just like introduces like new like breath of fresh air to the genre. So I think everyone's going to be doing BRs.
I mean, it gives people it gives people a reason to stream more content. There's so many options. I mean, if you don't like, the arcadey style of Call of Duty BR, we got Battlefield BR coming out soon. You can try that out, see if that's your cup of tea. We have Fortnite. Fortnite's a one of a kind, one of its own type of game. There's just a lot of options when it comes to the scene now. It's just like which one, the cream of the crop, which one's gonna rise to the top or not,
The cream of the crop. Nobody does it better.
The cream of the crop. Oh man.
No, I totally agree.
Now, speaking of game companies making new games, big moves, all that good stuff this year. Let's talk about Bungie.
Bungo making huge moves, parting ways with
Bungie
Activision.
Officially owns Destiny and all of its rights 100%. If I swear to God, if they don't do this, I really hope they do. If they get the rights to Halo 100%, we could see another game on the scale or close to the scale of what Halo 3 was. That's what I agree. I think. And I hope it happens. I really do.
I didn't read I didn't read too many articles in detail about it. Was it just Bungie that or not Bungie, was it just Destiny 2 that they were trying to partner away, or is it the whole
It's just
company?
The Destiny, it's all of Destiny, so like
okay.
Activision has no rights of Destiny anymore.
Gotcha.
So they can't affect any sales, any in-game stuff, nothing.
Nice, dude.
And Halo's still owned by 343, which is off-branch of Bungie, but I think they're still. Are they with Activision too?
I have no idea.
I'm assuming. Yeah. But that's a big thing for Destiny because I don't know if you guys. Basically, what happened with the first Destiny, why it had such a shit show off the bat, is because, first off, the game was supposed to run for more than 3 years.
Well, they were like, "Oh, this will last a whole decade," and I'm just like, "What? This is wild! A whole decade?"
Yeah, and I don't honestly. If they just added more expansions to that game, people would still be playing it right now.
Dude, I still play.
It doesn't look bad. It doesn't run bad. It's none of that at all. And then they made Destiny 2, and then there's talks of a Destiny 3 in the works, which I don't know.
I don't even know if they would need a Destiny 3.
Well, the thing is, I think from now on, if there isn't a lot of like positivity coming out of releases for Destiny, then that's gonna really determine like Bungie's
lifespan.
Like it's gonna determine their relations with the game, like if it truly was Activision that was fucking them over, or if it was just Bungie making bad decisions.
Ooh, that's a good point.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how long Bungie and Activision have been kind of like stuck together for their titles, but it's gonna be super interesting. I can't wait.
What if it just completely changes the tide? Like they're just dropping content constantly. Could you imagine?
That would be insane.
That would be wild. They could change the game. I mean, I don't know if they keep doing what they're doing. I mean, I still think Destiny 2 is one of my favorite games. Still, I still really like the game. I still play it every week, and yeah, the more content that they keep dropping, the more I'm gonna play it. And you know, you got to consistently play the game to kind of stay with the pace of it. But yeah, I mean, the more content they keep dropping, I'm still gonna play the game. I don't necessarily know if having a Destiny 3 would really change. I don't know, change the path of the franchise or not, or make it better. But I don't know. Would you really need to make a Destiny 3?
I don't think so.
Like, why couldn't they just add stuff, you know? Make the light gap higher. Make it so, like, you could, you know what would be cool? If you could transfer, like, I don't know, characters from, like, your old game or old Destinies and just implement old content. Like, I'm talking D1 content. If they could somehow implement some Destiny 1 content onto PC or on the newer consoles to future content, could you imagine, dude? That would be wild. That would be so sick. All the old dungeons, all old raids. Oh my good lord, that'd be so much fun.
That was like one of the best parts. You just remind me that Mass Effect did that with all their, like, you could transfer your character from Mass Effect 1 to Mass Effect 2 to Mass Effect 3.
That's so cool.
That's such like a non-used feature, but that's like honestly one of the coolest things. That was, you know, Mass Effect was awesome, but that was my favorite part about that game. It's like, and I'm not surprised we don't see that implemented at all today, even through Destiny.
Yeah, and I think I know that Mass Effect is very much based around the story, and I feel like you have a deeper connection to your character at that when you've had him through 3 different games and hours upon hours of gameplay. You build a
connection with your character, you know?
Yeah.
Same thing with
World
of Warcraft.
And technically, actually, in Destiny 1 to 2, you did have the same character, the same look, if you wanted. Mm-hmm. Or you could start a brand new one. I mean, my characters are all the same from Destiny 1, so... but one other thing I want to touch upon on this is the words Destiny has delivered a combination of over 50 million games and expansion to players all around the world. Destiny.
Sheesh.
50 mil. Holy shit.
That's nuts.
Yeah, it's popular. I mean, people love it. I wonder what the console numbers are, because the PC numbers are actually, I still find a lot of people on PC playing. Like
console's still pretty crazy too. Everyone's always supporting it, you know.
Right.
I mean, there's always going to be console players, and there's always going to be PC players. So.
Yes, indeed.
So does that mean like they're gonna have to like release their own, like for PC, for example, for Destiny? Is it gonna be released from the Battle.net launcher?
Yes,
that's what I was curious of.
I heard that they're sticking with Battle.net. There's no bad blood between that for now.
And it says they're in the early stages still. So maybe they'll leave Destiny 2 until they move to
their own
like later stages of this.
Their own launcher or something.
So.
Their own Bungie launcher.
Yeah.
Which actually makes me think, Ryan, if they have their own Bungie launcher, what are they going to port over to PC next? Halo?
Gears of War?
Gears is already on PC.
Yeah, so there you go.
Dude.
Who knows, man? There's a lot going on. And I think this year is going to be, like, for gaming, E3 is not having PlayStation there. Sony's not going to be there.
Now that makes me think that they're coming out with a new PlayStation soon.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are saying is PS5 is coming, and they're going to announce it next year. Which kind of, like, I get it. It's just like, I don't know. When I see people play games on the PS4 Pro, it looks fucking amazing.
It looks great.
I don't see why you would need more hardware past that right now.
I mean, unless they're doing something substantial with their next console, I don't see why, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Which brings up another thing, I'm not going too deep into the rabbit hole, but just like performance-wise on consoles, man, I feel like, I don't know, this is from my personal experience. Granted, I have like 2 super PCs, so I'm kind of spoiled with those 2 things that I play games on, but I thought we'd be a lot further in the future with performance on gaming consoles like Xbox, the Xbox One X, wasn't that supposed to be like the super console that would run everything like a PC would, you know?
I think that's the Scorpio and it's not out still or some shit.
Oh, really?
Hold on.
See, I don't follow
thought it
console
was.
news as much anymore. If you have any intel on that, but
Yeah,
Oh, it isn't out. Okay.
but I mean,
so it is the One X. The Scorpio is the One X, I guess.
maybe that was like the code
they
name
just
for it.
changed the name. Yeah,
So,
I have no
okay,
idea.
so I
honest-
was gonna say, correct me if I'm wrong. If you guys know anything more, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is the future, but like I don't know. I feel like we're kind of lacking in performance on the consoles, in my opinion. I thought we'd be further along. Like, oh, this person can run this game at 120 FPS. Like, why are we? My question is, why are we charging these consoles? Let's just say $500 or whatever. Usually, when like a new console comes out, $500 or so. Why are we charging $500 and we can't even get 600 or 60 FPS on a game? You know what I mean? That just kind of blows my mind a little bit.
Yeah, it's crazy. So like because me and you came from console gaming. It's just like the lack of customizing things. Like people on console, I've heard them bitch about like not having FOV sliders in game.
No cap frame rate, no graphics options. Everything's always downscaled in the resolution. It's just like silly stuff like that. The cooling in consoles is terrible. There's no way to really clean your consoles unless you like unscrew every single piece. So your fans just like clogged probably. Just like charge a little bit more money, make something a little bit more high quality. I guarantee you people will buy it. Make something with a bigger hard drive, dude. You know how big Red Dead Redemption 2 is on my PlayStation? That's just 100 gigs, bro. 100 gigs. I have I have 500 gigs on my PlayStation because I got one of the older ones. It's like I gotta buy an external hard drive to store my games now. It's like, good lord.
Yeah,
you know what I
rough.
mean? Just like spend the extra, like even if it's a $600, $700, I guarantee you people will still buy it if it's higher quality, runs the games better, they look better, and you can store more. You know, make it a 3 terabyte console hard drive or SSD. Start putting some SSDs in consoles, man. You know, make the games run faster. I mean, you can kind of jimmy rig your own shiz these days and put your own SSDs in it, but not everyone's gonna want to do that. So I don't know. I feel like we should be more advanced for like how good I can play. Let's just say whatever, like a Tomb Raider game on my PC. I can run that shiz probably in 4K, everything jacked up, running it at 60 frames a second flawlessly, probably even higher. Or if I ran it on console, probably not the same story and probably less graphics. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like we're a little behind in times, personally.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's like I start crying in Call of Duty if I get under 100 frames. Like I can't.
I know.
It's like going back to console. It's like it's almost like I'm not gonna say unplayable because that's like a really dumb thing to say, but just like it's very like
it's not the same.
And we're still here. I mean, we're still here 60, not even getting 30 frames, or barely getting 30 frames, or 29.87, whatever it is. It just sucks. 2019, man. I don't know. It feels bad.
Right.
It's like going back to consoles, you can't do it. So just playing with the controllers already restrictive enough. Like once you go mouse and keyboard and you finally, it's a little bit more expensive to do PC gaming, but once you get there, it's like
the investment's worth it in the long run, in my opinion. And I play both. I still play my consoles, but
yeah, I've been playing Gears of War 4 on my console, and I've been loving it actually, and it runs pretty smoothly. I have just the regular Xbox One Elite, so it's
no frame drops for you,
difference.
really. That's good.
Yeah, it's
granted the game is like 3 years old, believe it or not. So I mean that definitely plays a role. So just like wondering, like for Gears 5 when that comes out, are we gonna need to upgrade to a different type of Xbox? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's where it's like, oh Lord, I don't know. Interesting stuff though. I don't know. I just thought I'd bring that up a little bit because with all this new console talk possibly coming up in the next year, it could be interesting to say the least. I'm excited though. I mean, believe it or not, the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, those things are probably close to 5 years old now. That's about What is a console's lifespan, you guys think? 7 years? Maybe?
Yeah, I would say so.
How long
It used to be like,
did
what,
the
3 to
PS3
4?
run for? Because that
Had to be
shit's
like
had
5,
a
6
run,
years.
dude. That PlayStation 3 had a run. So did the 360 had a freaking run too, but yeah, it had a run. Those game consoles had a run.
So it was 7 years and 4 days for PS3 to PS4. So, well, yeah, we probably should have a new console. Not this year, probably next year.
Probably
I would say.
within the next 2 years max would be my guesstimate.
Can we talk about this generation of consoles though? Like Xbox totally shit the bed.
Yeah,
like they were on top with the 360. I mean, in my opinion, just
No,
for
I
me
agree.
playing on 360 and playing on PS3, like playing Call of Duty, all the competition was on Xbox. Everything was on Xbox. They had, Sony still had their exclusives and everything, but fast forward to this generation, PS4 has all the exclusives.
They're
they have
killing
everyone playing Call of
everything.
Duty. Yeah, Xbox, I don't know if it was their marketing or how they've been presenting themselves, but they're more concerned about watching TV on Xbox.
It's more of like a family home
apps,
entertainment type
yeah.
of thing. It's like, oh, you can watch, just trying to sell it to like the older generation. You can play VR in your living room, but also watch TV or on the side or whatever, stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, first off, let's talk exclusives. How many exclusives that were top 10 games the past 3 years were on Xbox? Gears of War 4 and Halo 5.
Halo 5.
Maybe.
Master Chief
Collection.
Collection.
From what I heard, Halo 5 wasn't entirely the greatest, but I mean,
it fucking sucks.
From what I heard, Halo 5 was better than Halo 4. That's what. That Halo 3 is like 30 times better than Halo 5. But
absolutely.
What I'm saying is, like, they had almost nothing. I could name 6 PS4 exclusives that were better than both of those, I mean,
yeah, I mean, Forza an exclusive for Xbox?
It is apparently to Microsoft. I mean,
but yeah, I'm just you're just comparing. Yeah, I mean, you're just comparing console exclusives. Sony's literally, it's like they have a monopoly on all the games. It's like, oh, we're gonna, make this game for Sony. Boom.
Yeah,
basically. Yeah, and just talking strictly about interfaces, like Xbox 360 had not towards the end, but like for the most part, they had a really good interface with going through the menus, going to the screen.
The new one is so confusing. They have this
stupid. It's like they try to emulate the Windows
like Windows 8 panels, dude. Like Windows 8 was awful. Move on, please.
This sucks.
Yep.
I can't navigate through anything. It sucks. And then I think. Is PS3 and PS4's interface kind of similar? It looks similar.
They're just about identical.
Okay.
Yeah.
They haven't changed.
It's easy. It's fluid. It doesn't like when you're going through the panels on Xbox, it's like freezes. It's
yeah.
That's funny. Yeah.
Yeah. And PS4's been killing it as far as like pulling the trigger on getting like the PS4 or the Xbox. I messed up. I got the Xbox.
Well, they also own the rights to Call of Duty content too. That sells the system right then and there for people. Like,
and Destiny.
Yeah, and Destiny too. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And during the 360 days, the Xbox had all the rights.
That's why I bought an Xbox. The best competition was there. I was competing in COD at the time. You wanted DLC first. You wanted to play this shiz first. I have Destiny 1 and 2, I think, for Xbox as well, because they would get some exclusive stuff early on. But it's interesting. It's crazy how the times have changed in 5 years or less.
Yeah. And the Switch is like kicking everyone's. It's hard to compare that to like the PS4 because it's two different games.
Such a unique thing. It's so cool because you can take it anywhere. You can play anything anywhere. You can have a controller, a little joystick, toss your friend the other joystick. It's also like a home entertainment thing too. And they're only adding more and more and more. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but I don't know if this is fully true. Isn't Nintendo having like a yearly subscription thing for their console now? It's nothing insanely expensive, but I thought I heard that not too long ago.
Like $60 or something. Yeah.
Is it $60? Like I thought it was cheaper. Maybe it is 60.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Interesting. I wonder what comes with that. Like, are people gonna be I don't know, can you watch Netflix on the gosh darn thing or what? You know?
You can use you can use Netflix on it.
That's pretty cool.
But I'm not sure if that's required by the subscription. I have no idea. I don't have a Switch, but I did hear about that.
Okay. Which, I mean, I don't think Nintendo's ever done anything like that. Monthly.
No, not at all. Nope.
Interesting. Yeah, I want to get a Switch, man. There's so many games I've been lacking on just because I don't have one, but it's like,
Smash Bros. Alone looks so fun.
I know. I still want to play. I still want to play Zelda, bro. I haven't even had the chance to do that, and that game's 2 years old already. It's crazy.
Wait, what?
Zelda, the new Breath of the Wild. Well,
is it really 2 years old?
I think
already?
It's 2 years old. Don't quote me.
Oh
Maybe
my
two.
God.
Is it
getting old?
Is it 2 years old? I think it's 2 years old coming around March.
God, in March 3rd.
Yep. Okay. Because I went to
Holy
PAX.
crap.
Yep. Because I went to PAX with my buddies. Ryan was there, and one of our buddies brought his Switch, and he just got it and had Zelda, and I was trying it out. I'm like, this is the coolest thing ever. Yep. 2 years ago.
Holy shit.
Time flies, bro. Holy lordy.
That's nuts. I felt like that game came out literally like maybe 6 months ago or something. Sheesh.
Little bit before that.
And the Switch still hasn't came down in price yet.
Is it still $300?
Yeah, it is.
Oh man.
It wasn't even on sale during Christmas time.
Dang, Nintendo don't play no games, dude. They're about their money.
Well, they had a bundle deal, but the bundle deal was like just the console and then a single game, but it wasn't really much.
I guess you saved some money, but yeah, I don't know. I want one, but I mean, I'd rather have a new phone right now. I probably should invest in a new mattress soon.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Dude, my back's been killing me lately. Like, I have one of those like Tempur-Pedic beds. Like, oh, whoa, fancy. You got a Tempur-Pedic bed. Yeah, one that doesn't work for more than 2 hours, so it just kind of deflates throughout the night. So it's like, yeah, you don't even you want a sore back in the morning? Sure, here you go. Pretty much.
Dude, you know what's underrated? Massages.
Massages?
Oh yeah, I don't go to like massaging me because I'm afraid to like you know get a boner or something. But anyways, like I don't go to massaging me.
Finger in the
butt. By the way, if you know any shady massage places in my area, you let me know. No, but when Layla was here, she did this thing. I didn't because her mom's a masseuse where she grabs you by the shoulder, like she's behind you, she grabs your shoulders and she like expands your back like this by just pulling back on your shoulders like this, and oh my god, it feels so amazing on your back.
Yeah,
and like just that alone, like that's all she did. But ever since then, I was like, I need to go get a fucking massage.
Yep,
it's an addiction. That's one of the things I always hear about. People go into like chiropractors or massage therapy and stuff like that. Once you first go, you're gonna want to go back in like a week. Just keep getting
I'm
it done.
sure it's like the whole yoga thing. I mean, my mom does yoga every single morning, like right away. That's the first thing she does.
It feels so good that you just want to keep doing it.
Yeah, you just keep wanting to do it, and you just feel loose. Like imagine feeling loose and never tight. I'm sure that's what yoga is. Just once you get used to it, especially the hot yoga. You guys ever heard about hot yoga stuff where they turn the temperatures up in the room, and you're just sitting there just brutally sweating? Us fat ass gamers would just be dying in there, dude. I would be. I'd be like, all right, now we're gonna go in downward dog. I'm just like, like trying to freaking.
I remember the first time I did yoga. Like I got so fucking. I've never been so mad at like working out in my life because I would try to follow along on like the P90X where you have to do like the backwards like half moon, and I kept like falling out of the stance, and I just get so pissed. This is fucking bullshit. I'm yelling at yoga.
I'm yelling at the TV.
I'm all like, what's going on? It's like P90X sucks.
Yeah, this shit sucks. No, I've been really thinking about getting back into it because I used to like during I think it was sophomore year in high school. Yeah, sophomore year. We had a coach that was all about like stretching before practice. So like you know you want to stretch out so you don't get hurt. But he was really about the stretching. Like we would do straight up like 15 minutes of basically yoga stretches before we'd practice. I've never been so loose in my gosh darn life, dude. Like straight up, like not a single twisted ankle, nothing like that. Like knees were fine the whole season, dude. Oh, I can see why those, like, not just professional basketball players, but just like anyone that's a professional athlete, why they literally have these masseuses and like they do yoga and they're always trying to stay loose as possible. Makes sense, man. Way less prone to injury.
Yeah. Because I know, because we sit in chairs a lot. Layla was like, explain it to me. It's like, just feel right here. Feel your, like, the back of your muscles right here. Like, you are so, like, just.
It's probably why my
tense.
shoulders are massive, dude.
Oh, dude, it's just like you can feel it. It's just like a gigantic knot, like, or just knots everywhere. It sucks. It's like when you just sit like this, you're tense, and then dude,
that's why I had to stop playing Counter-Strike for a while, because like when I was playing, I would do the tense thing. You don't notice it, but you're in the zone. You're trying to focus. You're trying to play good, and I would always hunch. I would hunch my shoulders when I play. I've kind of broke the habit now. I try to play a lot more relaxed, unless I'm competing. Like if it's Code Red, the Hunchback of Notre Dame comes back out, dude.
Yeah,
but like,
got my nerd hunch on. You know,
you gotta have the nerd hunch in certain situations. But for the most part now, I'm pretty relaxed because my shoulder, like I had serious pains, like from doing swiping for 3 years straight, you know, hard swiping, because I would play super slow sense. But
yeah, stretching is super important.
And I literally looked this up. I know this sounds stupid to some people, but I literally looked this up. Stretches for gaming injury. I literally looked it up because I'm like, I literally hurt my shoulder. Like I need to, like, I played console games for a week because I couldn't play with my mouse. It was that bad. So I looked it up, and like this guy is actually like, he like helps out, I think he's with like StarCraft. He did some StarCraft players, some League players, and some FPS guys. He would help them with like professional players. He would help them like learn how to stretch the right way, and like doing little exercises, just like literally like rotating your shoulders, rolling them. And I looked it up on YouTube. YouTube's a beautiful place, man. And I was just stretching it. And then he's like, sit down and just like breathe in and stretch it out. And then I woke up, or I stood up, and I was like, I'm a new man now. Felt so good. But yeah, stretching is important. I know Ryan is a big advocate for taking stretch breaks, and I've been taking his advice. I've been taking your advice, Ryan, on just like, I do it usually when I take my bathroom break, because I'm like really into like the hydrating right now. So I can go to the bathroom, fill up my water, stretch a little bit, and do all that sort of stuff. I even encourage my chat to do it. I'm like, if you guys need to stretch out, grab a snack, you know, now's the time to do it, type of stuff. So I do a little bit of stretching about every 2 hours now. I try to take like a little stretch break.
Yeah, I used to have my whole like ritual for StarCraft, which I've been playing a lot more recently.
Yeah, I've been enjoying it. Fun. Don't have any idea what the heck is happening. I'm like, all right, this guy's clicking a lot of stuff. He's sending some units over there. There's some units attacking him. Cool.
It's like, dude, it's like all about like, I don't know. It's like when you go to CS:GO, like everything just comes back to you.
That is
like,
true.
I forgot how to play this game.
My muscle memory is just engraved forever. It's
it's like, it's almost like I never left. I made a lot of mistakes, but yeah, I always have this like stretching routine where I stretch like that, I stretch like that, I turn it over here, you know, stretch this, get that, until I stretch it, get a nice stretch right
I have one question with the macros. How do your macros work in that game? Excuse me, because I see like
there's a bunch of different ones that people do. Like most people will bind it to like, dude, it's crazy. Like think about like the whole left side of your keyboard is bound to something.
Okay.
In some way.
It's not, I mean,
it depends. There's a lot of people who play. He's talking about, I think Redreka is talking more like playing like grid style where everything's on the left. I play a little bit different. Like you have control groups, like that can be anything. They can be your upgrades, it can be your army, it can be your production. So like I learned from a lot of people. Like I'm not saying that this is what everyone did, but a lot of people use like 1, 2, and 3 will be like their army. Because if you just group up everything, your spellcasters get like a priority as far as like what you want to use. But for Terran, you need to like be able to use stim pack, because Terran's all about moving and microing and make sure your units are getting most efficient like territory and everything to battle with. So I use 1 through 3 for my army just so I can like do that, and then 4 is my barracks is all my production. So when I have my barracks in a factory and my other stuff that produces units, I can press 4 for all my production, and I can tab through everything to build units just through that kind of like menu. And then I know this sounds like really crazy, but and then 5's like all my upgrades, and then that's really all I really use.
Okay.
But it's really not that bad. You can use it for anything. It's all about like just preference, I guess.
Right.
Like some people choose 1 for their army, which is crazy. Like pressing 1 and tabbing through everything during a fight. Oh, yeah, that'd be awful.
No, yeah. I think if you're gonna use 1, 2, and 3, that's the way to go, because like there's different control groups you want to do. You have a flanking group. Like for the Zerg, you usually have like 2 to 3 separate armies attacking at different times and stuff like that. So there's a lot going on. Let's just put it that way. It's a lot.
Because I just see Jaeger going through like 5 different folders really fast, and I'm like, how is he doing that so fast? Like I'm pretty quick, like because I don't play MMOs with the mouse. I always just shift bind everything, so it's like shift QWER is something else, or shift 1 2 3 4 5 6 is something else. That's how I play MMOs. I'm used to it, but like Jaeger's probably used to doing like clicking shit.
I still like at 200 APM somehow.
That's crazy.
It's like basically like when I'm like doing like producing stuff, I just make sure there's like a white box on every building just to know I'm producing stuff at the same time, because like that game's like all about not just obviously killing your opponent's army and winning. I play like a play style like where I'm constantly harassing their worker line. I'm constantly like trying to disrupt them and like just honestly kind of piss them off. So like they just all move into my army, just die basically. But a big thing with that is like I'm checking to make sure I'm producing stuff. I'm producing workers. I'm producing army, because if I get distracted, my money will start building up, and then that's really bad because you're not using your economy to the best of your ability. It's a lot going on, but it's like a lot of people like to talk about it as it's like chess, but you're both players are moving at the same time.
It reminds me of like those old school like games on your, I say old school on your phone, but like those original like Apple games or Apple like tower defense games, but it's like you're playing against another person that is you gotta like build against basically. That's what it reminds me of. It's like a tower defense game, but not really. I don't know. It's crazy.
No, it's fun, man. It's weird because I don't Redreka, he was a Zerg player. So Zerg is like typically like their units are a little bit cheaper, but they're all about like massing them. So like Redreka plays like Zerg, they want to like, we're talking about splitting up and flanking and stuff. He can do like, his units are usually pretty fast. Like Zerglings can send them in and like harass your worker line, or he can like, as my army's moving in, he can like separate half of his army and then like wait for me to get in the middle, and then he just swarms me from like all angles, so he gets a good surround. Yeah, it's different like play styles.
Yeah, and so there's one of the main things for the Zerg is there's a unit called a Ravager, and it shoots AoE rockets onto units. So that's where the thing he was talking about, where like you converge around an army, gets really difficult because you're usually trying to dodge them as like a Terran player, even Protoss. You're trying to dodge those rockets, and if you're surrounded by them, they can block you in, so you can't move anywhere. You just get destroyed.
Yeah.
So it's crazy, man. It's really cool because like each race plays completely different from the other. It's really cool. Like Protoss is like, the way I always see Protoss is they're like their aerial units are so annoying because they can harass so easily.
Like the Oracle,
yeah. Do you remember how like, I don't know if it's still meta, but I remember it used to be like if you'd make one of those as fast as possible.
Yeah, just
destroy.
What they would do is they call it a proxy Stargate. So a proxy is when you build buildings outside your base, and so you'd spawn on other opposite ends of the map. Here'd be your opponent, here'd be you. You take a worker and build a proxy Stargate right outside their base, so that the travel time for that Oracle to get to the mineral line of your opponent is like really reduced, and they get there as fast as possible, so your opponent can't prepare for it.
Right.
Yeah, it's really it's like Protoss is so
wild,
cheesy.
Dude.
Yeah, it's insane. Like there's so many different ways to play it too. So it's like about getting information. It's
literally like tower defense chess. Like I said it.
Yeah, and I think that's why I like Siege so much, because it's the same way. You're trying to get info on where people are, what people are. Like it's the same thing almost. So
Siege is so
really
cool
fun,
because like you don't necessarily have to be the best aimer. Like granted, it'll help you out. Like in my instance, I can aim very good, and that kind of carries my gameplay. Where I see Ryan play, he's like flanking 3 dudes and they don't even know that he's there.
Yeah.
Like he'll be grappling upside down, swings through a window, boom, boom, 2 kills, just like that.
So fun.
And the cameras, dude, using the cameras in that game, it's a whole different game with the cameras. It's wild.
Exactly. Yeah, I really like that game a lot. I think I was watching. There's a caster who streams. I forget what his name is, but he was talking about like how Rainbow Six Siege used to be, how there was like barely any characters and it was super unbalanced because the maps were all garbage and stuff like that. I mean, there's still some pretty garbage maps like Airport. You remember when we played on that, Brennan? It was awful.
Yep.
There's like you get spawn peaked nonstop. But yeah, it's a fun game. I'm excited to keep playing it more. It's really good.
Because it does like you can have different play styles. I think the one I want to try out, but I have to unlock or buy it. It's is it Alibi, the person who hacks people that are downed?
Alibi, yeah, I think so.
You have to you have to interrogate them. Oh,
yeah,
so
yeah.
legit.
Oh no, that's Caveira.
There you go.
You're talking about the girl with the silenced pistol.
Yeah,
dude, you should have seen when me and Brendan were playing. I was playing her. I have a couple of clips now, but dude, I play her. It's so funny when I play her because like I flank people so fast, and her special ability is when she crouches, she's literally completely silent. Mm-hmm. So she is like, if there's a game that she's not played in a round, it's very surprising. Like she's the most played character from what I've seen because she is so good. It's insane. Like,
but you've got to be good with her though.
Yeah, exactly. You got to know when to interrogate people and when not to, because it takes like 3 seconds for it to finish. So like in that time, the person getting interrogated could be like, she's on me, you can run to me, kill her, stuff like that. So it's fun though. Like she's a really cool character. She's one of my favorite.
We gotta do a Borthers play Rainbow Six sometime. That would be fun.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, I need to have it that finished installing from that one day.
That's right. What happened to your internet? Because you were not happy.
Yeah, it's been a rough couple of days out of the week, but yeah, for some reason, like my internet, when I do the test, I don't know because it's technology again. When I do the test, my internet speed, it's good. Everything's firing on all fronts according to the to the website that's testing the internet. But then when I go to download stuff, it just doesn't like. It's like downloading at kilobytes a second. I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
That's weird.
So it's at 900 up, 900 down. Like this
sounds like shit. you got the infection of my internet.
Yeah.
Oh,
spreading like a virus, dude.
I got a virus.
Oh, I just want to download a game and play with my friends.
I'll be like, AT&T, you need to get your shit together.
But yeah, it's a good game. There's obviously toxic people, and there always will be, but the banning system is really good in the game, so it's
I watched
easy.
I watched this video. I don't know where I saw it from, or if someone retweeted it on Twitter or whatever. But it was like how toxic Rainbow Six Siege can get, like especially if there's like a girl on the other team or a girl on your team.
Yep,
that was ammunition.
Yep, that was ammunition. She was playing. I think she was playing off stream that day, and she recorded a match just.
It was so hard to watch, dude. It was so hard to watch.
Pretty bad. Like they were fucking. Like those guys should be perma banned from the game entirely.
It's just harassment at that point.
Yep. It was really bad.
It was really bad if you watched the video.
That clip was like before Rainbow Six did their whole toxicity movement thing. So, but yeah,
I think it helped with that. Honestly, I think
I'm sure it did.
They probably saw it, and
that's
like,
one of their bigger streamers, though. So I mean,
yeah, she has her own charm in it and stuff. Yeah, she's a really good streamer.
Factual.
We don't want this to be Overwatch.
Speaking of Overwatch, I'm swinging this right over right now. Did Overwatch add a void button recently? Did you hear about that?
And avoid? Yeah, they had that.
I didn't know they added that until I've been kind of lurking in some streams lately.
But it only lasts for like a certain amount of matches or something. I'm pretty sure.
I thought
it's 7 days.
Yeah, I thought it was a week.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
But it's not like it's only an avoid a teammate. You can't avoid someone on the other team just if they're like kicking your ass. It's only the avoid.
It's the person that's
teammate.
being toxic on your team. They can only queue against you technically, right?
I was actually thinking about playing that game again and just
I was too. I've been wanting to try it, dude.
Because I need some type of FPS like that, but I don't know.
I don't know. I've not enjoyed that game like the past few times I've played it.
What elo are you playing at?
I'm playing with Layla down in Platinum.
Okay,
like,
okay.
I mean,
it's
not
even enjoyable in Plat, really?
I mean, it's fun, but it's like the people get really aggravating on your team. It's
here's what I don't know. I was watching Lassus play this morning with Josh, and I've
been watching them too.
They queue up and they instantly mute everyone. They play off each other and just try to fill whatever their team's not playing for the most part. And it seemed like they were having a good time. I don't know. Maybe just because they were at like some lower ranks, but I don't know. Maybe I know that sucks that you have to block people to have fun in the game, but or like mute chat and stuff like that. But
the thing I just keep learning more and more is it's really hard to take hardcore FPSs. Like, I mean, I'm not hardcore, I guess, but competitive FPS games seriously if you don't have a full queue. Like, imagine if you had a 6-man of people that are pretty decent and you all can communicate and be decently friendly about call-outs and stuff. I feel like that'd be fucking awesome.
How does that work?
But I mean,
Overwatch?
the thing is with Overwatch,
you six stack versus 6 stack.
Yeah, you get placed against a 6 stack, and they're generally pretty fucking insane. Like,
yeah, they're usually nuts.
Yeah,
fucking crazy.
They're like they actually scrim like 3 times a week or something.
Yeah,
like
I mean, even playing with a 3Q isn't bad. I don't think. I feel like
3Q is the max I ever went in Overwatch, just because if you went 4 or over, you sometimes would get a 6 stack and you're just like, forget that, dude. Just queue up right against that.
Yeah, that's why it's like there's no like casually teaming up with 5 other your buddies and then you just casually go in the comp and trying to have a good time. Like you're gonna get you're gonna get up against like 6 stacks that are like running like either Smurfs or getting like these 6 stacks that are running like very specific compositions, and it's like, dude, I can barely like DPS,
right?
Or I can barely heal, or I can barely tank. It's like it's tough.
That would be the one frustrating part. Like, I know it's competitive. Ryan's frozen, by the way. I don't know if his internet disconnected. He's just like chilling, dude. He looks great. Stay right there.
It looks like something out of a horror movie. Like,
I know, just like
you get stabbed in the back or something like that.
Yes.
And then like, Ryan, you okay? And then you tug his shoulder and he just falls over.
That's exactly what it is. Oh my god.
Ryan, you okay, man?
No.
Or it's like an anime where like they go like both characters like slash with the swords and like they just stand there for a second and then one dude just like stands still and the other dude like just falls on the ground.
Head falls off clean. Just a clean slice.
I forgot what we were even talking about.
We were talking about Overwatch and the competitive scene of it and how it's hard to how it's basically I mean, not impossible, but it's difficult to play without being partied with 2 or 3 other people. And you're in Redreka's spot now on the podcast. Hey, That's fine. You stay right there. Follow Redreka on Twitter, by the way. Best Twitter out there. But yeah, I was just basically gonna say, pretty much, when it comes to like competitive Overwatch, it's like when you get to the higher elos, it becomes less fun from what I've noticed. Like when I was getting into like higher diamonds, when I actually played the game and took it a little seriously and just mained tank for the most part, I don't know, it just got more toxic. I don't know if it's changed since then or if it's even more toxic when you get to like the top 500 range.
Diamond is like actual like ass.
It was terrible. But it's not like I couldn't play against masters because I'd get queued with master guys and I'd beat them all the time. But like, dude, just like the teammates, they're so stubborn. They wouldn't fill. Like people just arguing all the time, telling people what to play. It's just, oh man. Like there's like a difference between constructive criticism and like you know, telling someone how to play the game. It's like that's not gonna help at all, man. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not that bad. Like once you reach a certain like really good,
like most people
like
will fill, right? For the most part, when at like
like GM, like
master.
Yeah, in GM people would fill a lot, and then like you would have a toxic person maybe like 1 out of every 3 games, which honestly it's better
That's
than every single
bad.
game. but like at the end of the game, if you lost, people would just leave. They wouldn't say anything. So that's nice, you know. Better just to not say anything at all, not be toxic.
I think it's getting better. I know Josh OG's been playing Overwatch a lot lately. He's been trying to, I don't know, all these streamers are trying to find main games lately for some reason, like these top streamers, like, okay. But I've been seeing Josh play a lot of Overwatch, and he's a really positive dude, so it's kind of interesting to see him in that spotlight of just straight positivity, nothing negative, and he's just playing Overwatch. It's kind of polar opposite, but I mean, maybe the community needs something like that. I don't know. He's not like, obviously he's not the greatest player of all time because he's just kind of starting off again because he hasn't played since I played the game, like season 2 or 3 probably. So he's just hey, what up?
Yeah, what's up, dude?
I don't know what happened there. My internet went out for a second.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, your face was
I
like
saw
from a horror
I don't want
movie,
to talk
bro.
about it.
It could have been 10 times worse.
It could have been. You could have been picking your nose.
That's
You could have been like rubbing your, I don't know, and picking your ear, cleaning the air out.
Yeah, no, it's play. Well, I know why Laz and Josh played like that. It's because you listen to people in fucking Gold League, they're not gonna know what's going on. There's gonna be like more likely to get somebody toxic, but like once you get to the upper echelon, it gets a lot better. Like everyone's calling shit out. I mean, you might get a toxic person on your team. I mean, it's about like working together more as a team when you're at that level. It's like, hey, it's not working. Can you switch? Like instead of like versus in platinum, in my experience, it's like, get the fuck off McCree. You're not doing a damn thing. You suck. Like that, you know. It's just like
yeah, I've seen that.
See, that's why I want to like play with a couple good players and just like try and grind rank out. See if I can get back up to like where I was playing at a higher elo and see if it's a little different. Because I do still like Overwatch, as kind of crappy as like the meta is. I still want to, I don't know. It's still not the worst game in the world, but like, I don't know. I had fun with it. I just want it to be good again.
Yeah, same.
You know?
Are they changing how like stuns work or something soon? I thought they talked about that.
They nerfed Brig. So that her shield, I don't quote me, but so that Brig's shield bash doesn't, like, she can't basically shield bash Tracer and then just kill her instantly, basically. So it's more of like a McCree stun, but it doesn't do that much damage.
Yeah. Okay.
Which makes a lot of sense.
Ryan,
That's
you
good.
might have to leave call and then rejoin fully again because you're like
Alright,
buffering still. Just to loads
But you know
up.
what?
There you go.
But people do get mad if you ask nicely, but it's like people don't know how to fucking ask. I'm not just saying
No, that's
but it's like they let that shit build up, and that's why they blow up on you.
Right.
They change because they don't have the, I don't know if it's like the social skills to just like ask nicely and calmly, or they just
I think it's like people. I here's how I see it. Like I'm a very good Widow player. I can aim really well with her. I've just always played good with her, and like people just like may or may not give you a chance with that character, even if it's not with the comp, I guess. So it's like offending them, you know what I'm saying? Where it's like, you haven't even seen me play yet or whatever, and you're telling me to switch. Maybe people get offended that way, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's coming off the right way, but I guess I could see it that way. But I don't see anything wrong. It's like, do you guys want to, let's just say you guys want to go dive? We could use a Mercy or whatever, Genji, whatever you're playing. I don't know. I don't know what dive meta is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like, let's play 3 tanks, whatever. All that shiz.
It sucks when we played it while I was playing with Layla, because we sometimes get someone it's like, hey, let's run goats. Goats is like the OP combo. It's like 3 tanks and 3 healers. And we had everyone, but one dude didn't want to play Lucio, I think. So he picked some other like DPS. Like, dude, we have this whole comp like playing down. You're not working as a team. Like, people like that suck.
Yeah, those people kind of ruin it.
Oh, dude. Oh, I forgot the big update that's coming through. So goats is a problem where I was telling you 3 healer, 3 tanks. So I think what is in the PTR right now is they're changing how armor works. So tanks
Really?
are tanks with tanks have armor. Most of the tanks have armor. I think all of them do, except
Except for
Roadhog.
Roadhog.
Roadhog's
No,
a
Roadhog
giant
doesn't.
sponge.
But they're taking it so I cannot like articulate this correctly, but basically damage or armor like sucks up a bunch of damage. It sucks up like 5 points of damage for every something or other. But they're changing it from -5 to -3, and that's going to take a big toll on tanks, obviously. So a lot of people are saying it's going to be like a very heavy like DPS meta.
Ooh.
So you might have like a main tank, you might have 2 healers, then you might have like 3 DPS.
If you need a DPS, Jagger, hit me up, dude.
Yo, I'll Reinhardt every single
Dude,
lobby.
Ryan, you were a god Reinhardt when we were playing Overwatch for a little while.
Yeah, it was fun. I love Reinhardt.
Thanks.
It's all about knowing when to charge and when not to.
Yeah, when
some people
to hammer
charge in and
down,
they
when
just
to
get
not to.
insta-killed. Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
The worst feeling, and I don't know. I feel like I hate the idea of ults getting canceled by normal abilities. I feel like it's so fucking annoying building up to an ultimate and then it's just canceled by a Reinhardt shield.
See, in
Like,
Overwatch,
your
does it fully like take away your like your build,
Your
like you know how you
charge?
build up your charge? Does it fully take away?
Yeah, so for Reinhardt's, I know it definitely does. I think there's some that don't though. But I'm not 100%. But basically, okay, so for instance, Reaper, when his ult goes off, if McCree throws his nade, his ult is gone. You know, like I feel like that's just kind of silly. But then again, it would be too OP if they didn't. I don't know.
No, that makes a lot of sense because the thing with like when they bounce StarCraft, there's a lot of fun in ulting, but there's also fun in countering ults. Like there's got to be some sort of counterplay to it, or else it's not going to make sense. Like you got to bait out the stun as Reinhardt. Like a good example, if you're playing against, if you're 1v1 McCree, and McCree's at the front line, you're trying to defend your team with your shield. Do you look up to bait the flash that McCree's going to try and throw over the shield, or are you just going to like just chill back and play kind of passive?
That's true. Yeah, for sure.
So
it probably playing at a higher level, you'll know that for sure. That's the thing is like I haven't gotten past like platinum, so I didn't get to really learn that on my own. I mean, the only time that I usually lose my ult on a Reaper or a Reinhardt, for example, is when another Reinhardt puts up his shield or a Brigitte puts up her shield, and it's just gone. It's just like, oh my fucking god, the whole thing gone from that. Damn.
Yeah.
So
yeah, the CC is definitely like annoying, but I like the idea of counterplay. I don't like the idea of being like a MOBA. Like as far as CC is concerned, that part sucks.
Yeah,
it's just not fun.
Just having basically having GA from League of Legends. I know. Could you imagine if they had GA?
That's what people were talking. The guy I was talking about earlier, who was a caster for Rainbow Six Siege, was talking about is one of the worst feelings in an FPS is losing control of your character and not having any ability to like fight back. Like remember 9 bangs when they first came out in Black Ops 4? There is no way to win at that point once you get hit by one.
Your top 3, you get 9 bang, you might as well just exit the lobby and go play another match.
Like that is one of the worst feelings, and that's one of the issues right now in Rainbow Six Siege is there's characters like Dokkaebi, which she calls your phone and you have to answer. Your character basically goes into a stun mode essentially for about 3 seconds. And you can get killed in those 3 seconds very easily. First off, it shows where you are, but second, your character can't do anything. So, like that's one of the biggest issues right now in that game is the CC type shit is just kind of like, I don't know. Removing the ability to fight back is kind of annoying to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand stun grenades or flashbangs, but not like as long as you can still aim down sights and shoot. That's all I care about. At least you still have a chance at hitting someone. So
it's so fucking funny when you play against the guy who it's like, all right, we're gonna like you have to play freeze tag for 3 seconds and like you're just running and then you have to freeze and then you're just like looking at your teammate like, all right, 1, 2, 3. All right, let's go back to what we're doing. It's so fun. It just cracks me up every time. Like, I always look at my teammates and they're just like looking at a wall or some shit because they just finished building building a little metal barricade and they're just standing there looking at the wall. It just fucking cracks me up.
Yeah. Oh man.
Who does that? Who does like that move where you have to stand still for like 3 seconds?
That's Lion, and that's who I was gonna mention too. His name is Lion, and so basically his drone, if you move at all, it'll show exactly where you are. You can get shot from anywhere at that point. He's another character who actually was just banned on pro play because of how broken. Because it's just like you literally can't move, and movement is very important in that game, even in a gunfight. So. Yeah. Removing the ability. I mean, having the ability to not play your character is fucking annoying. I hate it so. I mean, short stuns I understand, but like 3 seconds or more is just
delay. Making yourself immobile for more than 3 seconds that could cost you a game, dude. Like,
yeah, exactly. And that's funny that we're talking about this because. We talked about it before, but in that new MMO, Ashes of Creation, they have absolutely 0 CCs and stuns.
Brilliant.
They only have roots which slow you.
Brilliant.
So because they're like, we hate the idea of losing control of your character. At least you can fight back or make a cool play. You know?
There's opportunity for outplay. Not saying that you can't outplay in like Rainbow Six Siege or Overwatch, which we're kind of like talking about, but like with that way it becomes more movement based without CCs or stuns, and you can outplay someone with like your skills or your movement or whatever stuff like that, you know, where it's more based on your personal skill other than someone relying on a overpowered ability, you know.
Exactly.
So I like that big move on Ashes of Creation. Didn't they have their open beta this weekend, or is it next weekend for Ashes?
Oh, I have no idea. That's pretty crazy if it is.
Got an email
because if it's going in an open beta, that means release end of this year.
100%. I think they're going to be doing release talking about release very soon. I don't know. From my personal experience, when I just played the PvP portion, I really liked it. I really did. It was fun. It's going to be interesting. I want to play like the MMO aspect of it, like leveling up, doing a quest, doing the combat from the quests and everything. That's, I think, what's going to be one of their next type of betas, and I'm really pumped for it, dude.
Yeah.
I really hope. I mean, from what I played, it felt good. I want to see it in the MMO aspect, and like maybe they'll let us even play against some like dungeon bosses or something, dude. I don't know. Whew.
Now, not to talk about Overwatch too much now, but I'm sure you guys heard about the Ellie thing.
Oh yeah, dude. Good thing you brought that up.
So, do you guys know the details? Because I heard the whole story.
I know everything about it. Yes,
got the info. Yeah. So, basically,
explain to chat so that they know what's kind of going on.
Yeah, I'll give a quick run over of it. So there was a girl, quote, who was grinding the leaderboards, got to like top 50 over, what was it, a month and a half or something? Not even, maybe. And she gets recruited onto a pro Overwatch team. They don't even know what she looks like. They don't even know who she is at all. Don't know anything about her. They just know that she's a good player, so they want her on their team. She's grinding at like the highest level and destroying everybody. Like, and she ends up getting to like the top 5 players or some shit, like something ridiculous. And she gets recruited to the team. The team has some sort of rule or guideline that when it comes to pro teams, you have to be over the age of 18 or something. And okay, so basically it wasn't a girl at all. It was this guy. His name is Phantom, I think it was, something like that. And he was faking being a girl as a social experiment to see how like other top end players treated her for being a girl, and like basically baiting them. and all these like high end other pro players actually were like trying to get into her DMs and all this stuff, and it wasn't even a real person. And yeah, and it turns out that he is one of the most toxic players of all time on Overwatch. I think his name's Phantom, if I remember correctly.
Okay. I don't know anything about the guy, but
yeah, apparently he's super toxic and he plays at a high level and he's just like garbage on the Overwatch. And he himself is not even 18 either. So like
that's why.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So and then he apparently he was in a match on the Ellie account, and there was another guy who is super toxic. I forget his name, but he's super toxic too, and he baited the guy into like trying to hit on her outside of the match. It was just like ridiculous shit, basically, and like the pro team was like freaking out about it. It was just ridiculous.
Yeah, that's some wild.
It was like
the
most insane bait of 2019, and I don't think it'll be topped. I think it was still.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I think that person, Ellie or whoever, Phantom, messaged C9 Aspen, and Aspen plays for C9, and she was like, "Yeah." She sent me a message, and yeah, that's not a girl, guys. That's a dude. That's basically what she said, and everyone's like, "Oh, fuck her," and that kind of opened the floodgates.
Yeah, and like they actually had voice comms, and it was like Phantom's sister or girlfriend or something that was telling her what to say. Yeah, it was crazy.
Catfishing to the max. Oh my lord.
Yep. My buddy did. Oh my god, you remind me of a story. But no, it's that same thing happened in Hearthstone a few years ago. I'm not sure if you guys remember it, but there's this girl went by the name Magic Amy, and she got on Tempo Storm.
I heard about that.
And it was basically the same exact thing. Like she was a girl, and everyone started like accusing her of not being a girl. And then like Raynad, who owns Tempo Storm, he was like, "Oh, I got to do this investigation now." And then they ended up having to part ways because I don't know if they ever confirmed if that was a girl or not. But they were like, "Okay, this is too much drama for Tempo Storm, so we're going to have to part ways with you." So, but no, you remind me of a story of my buddy. I think I've told you guys about this. I'm not sure if I told on the podcast, but my buddy would stream StarCraft. He was a GM Protoss player, and he would play like the biggest piece of shit. Like he would just one base all in all the time, but he didn't know what the hell he was going to do, so he couldn't prepare for it. So he would start a stream. He started a Twitch. Her name was Mandy Leet, and all he had was a picture of a girl in the bottom right. And wouldn't talk at all. He started getting like mad fucking followers. He had like 15 concurrent viewers on his first stream.
Oh my gosh.
And someone donated like $10.
I get baited. That is genius.
And then the next day he got his sister on the microphone to talk.
Even better.
So he's like playing like this like really mechanical gameplay.
Just incredible at the freaking video game.
And his sister's like, I'm just building units, and like, all this stuff. Like there's such a disconnect.
Oh my god.
And he didn't get a donation that day, so he stopped doing it.
Dude, that's funny. Hilarious.
So fucking funny. Yeah.
Man. Okay, I don't want to go into this like too much because people get offended probably, but like people want to say there's no difference between male and female streaming, like in the slightest.
Who says that?
There's a lot of people that say that there's no upper advantage at all when it comes to broadcasting on Twitch.
It's just like I guess there's
just look at the demographic. Look at the demographic first of all. Who is watching people play video games for the most part? Males for the most part. So it's like demographic, and a girl that plays video games. Like it's not the most common thing. Maybe it's a little more common now, but I mean, a couple of years ago, no one would ever have thought. So it's like, oh.
I would love for there to be a social experiment of a guy and a girl, same exact content, do the same exact shit every single day
Yep.
for like 3 months, and then compare the two just to have that exact. Obviously, it'll be different because it's like, oh, maybe someone clicked on that stream at a different time, whatever. But in general, I think it could definitely show a lot for, what there is when it comes to that topic.
No, I agree,
It'd
dude.
be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, don't get me wrong, like, just covering my own cheeks here, there are some incredible female broadcasters that I watch that deserve everything that they've, earned. I'm just saying more along the lines of what, I'd say a guy could do the same thing, say the same thing, play the same game, maybe even at a higher skill level. Who knows? But not get the same exposure sometimes, depending on, I don't know. It kind of can depend on the game too, I guess. But like, I mean, we have the just chatting section now, so it's like, oh, you wonder,
Right.
I'm not saying all the platform for girls is even. Like it's honestly like life. Like if you're a better looking person,
if you're a more attractive looking person, people are gonna watch you. That's just the bottom line of it.
Yeah, I mean, you're just gonna have better luck. You're gonna have more opportunities. It's just how it goes.
That's how life works. And it's just funny because it's like you always see these like social justice warriors on Twitter, which I never take Twitter seriously a second of my day, but it's always funny to see like girls have it so much harder on Twitch than guys do. And in some aspects they do, harassment wise and all that type of shiz, but it's like I don't know, you always see like the funny little comments, just people just don't know what they're talking about. You've obviously never streamed. You've obviously never been a part of Twitch before it was Twitch, that sort of stuff. It's just, I don't know. It's just funny to me. I thought I'd just throw that little snippet in there because we were talking about the girl thing, because all of a sudden, or in Overwatch, we were talking about the girl thing because all of a sudden, Pro Team picks up this girl that's incredible at the video game. You know what I'm saying? it's just funny
just
how
to
things
say
work.
They have one.
Yep,
Yeah.
just to say, because it's like at the end of the day, kind of a publicity type of thing. It's like, oh, this pro Overwatch team has a girl on their roster and they're insane. People would want to see something like that. Like, really? That's very uncommon in Overwatch. So.
Yeah, there's that girl in the Shanghai Dragons, Gaguri, and she's fucking insane.
She's nuts. She plays like Zarya and shiz, right?
Zarya,
she's nuts, dude.
When I first saw her like play, like not her personally, like when I saw like clips of her, I was like, dude, this girl's cheating. It's like my first time I saw aimbot Calvin. I was like, dude, this guy's absolutely fucking cheating. But the way she's like, her tracking is just like perfect, and just the way she can play that hero, it's insane how good she is.
Yes, sir.
She's like the first. I think she's still the only person that's playing Overwatch OWL stuff. So I don't know if she's on Shanghai Dragons. I need to check that.
Do you think that they should implement a banning system into Overwatch?
No, not enough heroes.
How many do they have in Overwatch now?
27.
Hold on, I want to check something.
I agree with Jagger on that, because I think the Brum was mentioning this earlier, but we've talked about it before. We can touch on it a little bit, but League has 180 something heroes or champions or something like that. They would need more characters in all slots, I think, or at least in all slots that can kind of do similar things, I guess, as to countering. They would need that first, and then obviously the enough people to keep some sort of meta.
So and I like to compare Rainbow Six Siege to this because it's kind of the same thing where there's certain heroes that attack and defend or whatever. Rainbow Six Siege, I'm not sure for how long they've had it, but they have a banning system where there's 4 in the Pro League. I believe there's 4 characters total that get banned. There's 44 total, so obviously that's more than Overwatch. But do you think at some point, let's say 2 years from now, Overwatch League still is popular, it's still going well, Overwatch is still doing good, whatever. Let's say they get 35 characters total and it's evenly spread across the board with attack, defense, healers, whatever. Do you think then that it'd work? Do you think it's the same kind of concept when it comes to pick and ban?
It's kind of hard for even with that. It's kind of hard to say. I'd have to see, like, I think Blizzard would have to evaluate, like, hey, what comps are working? I mean, because they're constantly changing heroes. So it's like, would banning be good for like the certain comps we want to do? Because, you know, for goats, I know goats will be a thing of the past by the next time we talk about this on next podcast. But goats is like every heroes is there's a piece of the, you know, they're part of the, what am I trying to say? They're part of the puzzle. Like every character has its role for goats. But maybe you could do it. I don't know. It's so weird to kind of evaluate that with. I feel like even you said 30, 35. I don't even think that would be enough. I don't know.
You like I said, you would need a certain amount of set characters in each slot, DPS, healing, flex, tank, whatever. You would need a certain amount of characters in each of those slots, I think, that can do something similar if said character gets banned. You know, there's got to be some sort of equalizer, I think. And then obviously enough of those heroes, so it's like, you know, you have to pick accordingly. Because I feel like if there's one ban in, let's just say each team gets one ban, it would completely change the game right now in its current state. Let's just say, like, you know, you ban a certain healer or you ban a certain tank.
Well, let's look back to when Redreka came out. Do you think, let's say, I don't know if she was allowed in ranked play or not, but in pro play, let's say when she was super broken, there was the option to have her banned and no one could use her.
Who would replace her, you think? What
I'm thinking is, like, personally, I don't think that would be a bad thing because of how fucking dumb she was.
She's pretty stupid.
But at the same time, I don't know if they actually even had her in pro play when she first came out. I probably didn't. But maybe they did. I don't know.
I think they did. It's kind of hard because can you imagine if you're playing and just it's hard to judge because we don't know what the state of the game's going to look like when we get to 30 heroes. But can you imagine if they ban your Reinhardt on like a payload map or something like that?
And that's the thing is it all comes down to, like,
and what do you have to ban their
Let's say
Reinhardt?
they add 2 other shield tank characters, you know? Like, it'd be super situational because, I mean, how many characters have they even added since the game came out? Like 5?
Maybe.
Total?
Doomfist.
Anna, Doomfist,
Sombra.
Orisa, Sombra, Hammond. Yeah, probably like 5 or 6. Brigette, 6.
In 2 years.
Yeah, so, like, it would be a long time before they even would have that option, I feel like. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what pro game play is like. I don't know if people enjoy it or not. Do you guys think? I haven't watched many games recently. I don't know what the meta is like for those pro players. Like, when I was watching it, like when it first came out, it was like every team had a Winston, every team had a Mercy, and I think every team had a Reinhardt too, and a Tracer, and that was like you needed those 4. So I don't know. It all depends, you know. Like, if they had 2 shield characters to choose from besides Reinhardt, but obviously, it's like, what the fuck? Why would you choose Reinhardt when you could have another shield character that's better or whatever?
Yeah,
it's just interesting because, I mean, when I think of like pro level gameplay, I can't think of a single FPS game that doesn't have a banning system in it. You know.
Yeah, Counter-Strike has vetoes on maps. COD has vetoes on maps. I know Black Ops 3, when I was competing in that, they had vetoes on maps and certain specialists.
Certain operators, right? Yeah. So yeah, I don't know.
It'd be interesting to see, I think.
Yeah, I think it'd be kind of cool to even 1 character ban per team that they like can't hang around.
Would you rather be like a vote ban, or would you rather have it be like what Rainbow Six is, like, hey, you can't play Brig. No one at all could play Brig.
Would that be around the whole match consensus, or for that particular team?
That's the thing.
It had to be like through the league, I think. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like a gentleman's agreement for like pro players in their league.
And that's another thing is there's the gentleman's rule to like not play. For instance, in Rainbow Six Siege, people don't play Lion at high rank because they know how fucking broken he is.
That is crazy.
Like, and also he just got removed from pro play because of how broken.
Oh, so
he
you might
is,
as well not even practice if you're.
Yeah, exactly. So like, obviously it's unfair to the people who main that character, but at the same time, it's the way of the game.
Sure.
I mean, it
might
sucks,
as well play meta, you know.
Yeah.
No point in not doing it, but yeah. I don't know. I think if Overwatch came out with like some sort of gentleman's agreement for pro play, it would hopefully translate to like matchmaking play, competitive play, maybe down the road. I don't think it's out of their reach, honestly. I'm sure there's things being talked about behind the scenes, but I guess it's it'll just be a matter of time, obviously. I mean, it's been, you said 2 years and six heroes. 2 years, 6 heroes. You know, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, I don't know. Like I said, it's a game I loved playing. I've probably clocked in close to 500 hours in Overwatch, and I haven't even played it in a year, really, like, religiously. It's like, I still want to actually, like, experience the game at a higher level, but it's just, like, at this point in the game, I don't want to try, you know?
Right, exactly.
It's not worth my, my livelihood.
Yep.
So, I don't know. We just want to see the game succeed, guys. We just want to see it succeed. Because I do like watching Overwatch League whenever I get a chance to do it. And I just think if they had a couple more things tweaked out, that they could, I don't know, they could have a really good esport on their hands if they do it the right way.
Yeah, I don't know how viewership has been, but I remember when it first came out, dude. Holy!
It was in the 100Ks, bro.
But that's why
150K.
I think that was a lot of that was through advertising, and I'm not saying Overwatch League is boring or anything, but I don't watch it. I just can't really hold my attention because it's not the game I play anymore, really. But when that game when the Overwatch League was coming out, Blizzard paid out the wazoo for advertising. You saw Overwatch League stuff when it was kind of everywhere. They had ads on Madison Square Garden in Madison Square Garden for
crazy.
Ever, dude. Can you imagine like how much I wish they had a number how much advertising they put out on there. Like I saw it on electronic billboards when I was driving through San Antonio. I saw it on TV, bro. Everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, and also, I mean, state of Twitch, I think Twitch helped it a lot too, because I mean, all the streamers that were playing Overwatch are playing Fortnite or Black Ops 4 or something now. Tim the Tap Man hasn't touched Overwatch since who knows when, and he was one of the biggest advocates for it when it first was around.
And
he stopped playing.
Guess why he quit though?
Yep.
Because he wasn't enjoying it. It wasn't worth him just stressing out over playing competitive matches. Because that's for the most part what people are gonna watch. I mean, that's all you can really do in Overwatch, at least as an entertainer. You're gonna want to play it. People are gonna want to see you compete and play at high levels and whatever. And it's just like, yeah, it's not fun anymore. I don't blame him for leaving. Fortnite, he doesn't even have to try. You can just turn on the stream, play Fortnite, go for some snipes, dude. Maybe win some games.
Yep, exactly.
Make more money.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. I like Overwatch. I want it to succeed, man, but it needs some work for sure.
Yeah, I still have a lot of love for the game. It's not like PUBG. It's like PUBG. I'm never gonna play that game ever again. I'm pretty sure. It's like I hate fucking PUBG.
Dude, unless they come out with some
rough,
optimization, man. Like they seriously, it's been how many gosh darn years has it been since the game came out, and it's still. I mean, even on the new map. I mean, the new map almost pulled me back. I'll be honest. The new map's pretty dope, but it runs like dog turds from what I've heard. Just terrible. Like,
yeah, I get
out
stuck
with
in the
map?
plane at the beginning of every match, and then I get dropped at the very end with the AFK kids, and I'm like, okay.
Why not, come out with a map when it's at least a little bit more optimized? Because I don't know. I played that game quite a bit, like a ton. I don't know. Silly games, man.
I don't know what's gonna top Fortnite. I know sooner or later it's gonna happen, but it's gonna be cool to see what
It'll be
game
something
comes
made by
around
Epic.
Yeah, exactly.
It probably
I don't know
will be,
what it's
dude.
gonna be, man.
I know you mentioned this
don't
on
know.
the podcast last week, but dude, an FPS made by Epic, bro. Like a competitive FPS, dude. Or, I mean, I know, like, we talked about the whole MMO thing last week. We don't have to rehash on it, but dude, like, the amount of resources that Epic Games has right now and how much, like, they literally have the crystal ball of gaming in their hand, like, right now. Like, they literally can tell the future on how the games are going to be made and what's going to be in games, basically. That's how much, like, say they have in, you know, just, like, from Fortnite. Like, they literally, like, if you're going to see something happen in Fortnite, chances are it's going to happen and be in another game very quickly. So it's interesting. It's going to be really, really sweet to see what they come up with, because you know they're working on something. They have too much money to not be working on something. They're not going to pour all that money into Fortnite. They're going to be working on other projects. Something big, hopefully. What if it's the MMO everyone's been waiting for, dude? Just make it the biggest, best MMO ever. Oh,
yep,
dude.
Yeah, it's gonna be a crazy year, man. I feel like there's gonna be a crazy amount of announcements this year for game companies and stuff, with like all the drama surrounding Blizzard right now with stocks and stuff like that. It's gonna be very interesting for sure.
You know who needs to part ways with Activision? Blizzard. World of Warcraft.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, could you imagine?
I just watched a
WoW?
video.
Oh.
This guy he took a rough estimate. It's kind of hard to always tell, but it's a pretty, in my opinion, I think it's
accurate.
It's pretty accurate. 2 million is the sub count he's looking at right now for WoW.
What?
2 million. We're talking about the game that had 12 million at its peak, and like last year had about 7 8 mil. To drop
Last
that much
year?
Yeah. So we're talking 6 million times $15
And
minimum.
can you math that real quick, Mr. Professor? That's a lot of money.
Like, just think about that for a second. Like, that's a lot of money that Blizzard is missing out on.
Yeah, that is whew.
That's
crazy.
$90 million.
Oh my, just in WoW.
And that's
subs.
just for the subscription to WoW. That's not buying cosmetics or buying mounts or buying like expansions, which are like $50.
Yeah.
Like, that's a lot of money that they're missing out on.
Hundreds of millions of dollars, dude.
And I don't care what anyone says. Besides Overwatch League when it first released, WoW is their biggest moneymaker for sure.
Oh, 100%, dude.
And now here's the Storm League is gone, so that
rest
game
in
is
peace.
basically in a dumpster.
Dude, hot.
Diablo is not doing good either.
Dude, Diablo just needed to show a little bit, like, just give us a hint that you're at least working on, D4. Because, like, just give us a little, like, flash. Just, like, flash the logo. That's all they needed to do. They didn't need to have this whole debuggle of just crap. And now their reputation's on the line. If not in the trash
crazy,
already.
Man. I mean, all of the original devs of Blizzard have left now. They're all gone.
Like, officially?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, except for the new guy who's a new lead, but he kind of came in like partway through. All of the OG guys are now gone. Like, they're the last guy just left. So
and that says something. I know you don't want to blame it on these big corporations, dude, but money talks, and if the money talks too swiftly, good things can come to an end, sadly, and you don't want that to happen in a game you grew up your whole life with, It's like, it's hard to watch, dude. Just that number that you pulled up, whether it's like the most accurate thing or not, but going from roughly 7 to 8 million.
Even if it was 3 mil or 4 mil, that's still very low. Like, okay, so there's an expansion 2 times before this one right now called Warlords of Draenor. Arguably, just kidding, it's not arguably. It was the worst fucking expansion ever. It was so bad, and they still pulled, I think it was 4 million subs.
On their worst.
And this one is at about 2 million is what people are calculating. Like, holy shit, that's really bad. Like, so I don't know. Blizzard is in a tough spot right now. Really bad PR right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys are seeing the videos on YouTube, but there's almost a new video every day talking about their stocks. And actually, real quick, I wanted to mention this. There was a guy who worked for Blizzard who was treated really, really badly by
I heard
Blizzard.
about this. Yep.
Yeah, and he was like, dude, he was basically on the edge of committing suicide because of the work that was going on and how he was being treated.
Yeah, no wonder why people
basically
left,
these two women, one of them was his boss, one of them was a coworker, started saying that he was being what's the word I'm looking for? Like sexually biased towards them because they're a woman, when he, like, there was recorded cases of him being treated badly by them, so it was like to the other way.
That's not good.
And it was just like super stressful for him. He was working like 80-hour work weeks, crazy shit, like really, really bad. And Blizzard's like their what's the word I'm looking for? Human relations department kind of just like ignored him. So yeah, it was really bad. So it's just like PR is getting worse and worse every day with Blizzard. So
yeah, man, I don't know. They're digging their own grave right now. It's really sad to watch. And I didn't even grow up really with Blizzard games, so I can only imagine how people that like are feeling, or that grew up with them, are feeling. Oh, did we lose Ryan again?
yeah,
Oh, is your camera frozen?
I'm here.
Oh, your camera's frozen.
Why am I frozen? What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know. There you are.
There we go.
Silly Discord.
Yeah, I just look at the Blizzard stocks.
How bad are they?
It's rough, dude. Let's look at 5 years. Actually, it's not the worst it's been over 5 years. But it's not the best either. So when the expansion originally released this year, it was at $83 US dollars. Now it's at half that. Stocks are half.
You know what's crazy that you bring that up too? Wasn't Legion not even that great of an expansion?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad, but it wasn't the best either.
Was it better than BFA though?
There was a lot to do.
Okay.
And it was decently enjoyable. Yeah, so far. I mean, okay, so the way WoW expansions work is there's multiple patches throughout. The next big patch is coming out next week, like a week from Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
And so usually around that time is when people start coming back to the game a little bit. But depending on how that goes is going to determine the rest of the expansion, basically.
Gotcha.
We'll see. But
yeah, I mean, I want to dive back into it, but I'm so far behind. I would have no one to really play with, so it's just like,
yeah,
do I wait till the next
any
expansion?
other MMO right now.
Yeah, that's why I might just start diving back into FF14.
Wars 2, even ESO right now is pretty solid.
Yeah.
Just too many other games right now to be playing. You kind of waste the time to play WoW. I only play it because
raiding and gear and stuff.
Doing high-end raiding because I love it. But yep.
Well, boys, I think that's holy shiz, it's been 2.5 hours.
It's every single time, man.
Dude, it really is. It just keeps getting longer and longer. Chat room, we could go on for another 3 hours. But we got to rest our voices a little bit at least. we could seriously go on for days, but we had a lot to talk about today. Lots of good like games coming out. Blizzard's digging their own grave. Bungie is out of Activision's hands. What else? Just kind of rehashing on shiz. No one got naked on Twitch this week.
Damn it. Come on, ST Peach.
Wait, yeah. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So, all right, guys. We appreciate everyone for hanging out. If any of you guys were new to the podcast, make sure you guys hit the follow button. We stream here every single week at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time. We were a little late today, but we made up for it going a little longer. But yeah, go follow the channel. Turn notifications on. Make sure you follow these guys on Twitter. Also, I will link their Twitch channels in the chat for you guys to go check out. Shoot them a follow on Twitch as well. Hopefully next week we will have all 4 of us here and ready to go on the normal schedules and stuff. So yeah, we appreciate it though, guys. Thanks for chilling. Thanks for hanging out, conversing in the chat, relaxing, leaving a tab open, all that good stuff. Also, just a quick little update at the end here. I am going to be uploading these episodes video-wise on my YouTube channel, so you guys can go check those out. I don't have a set schedule yet, so it's kind of when I get them up there, I get them up there since they're really long episodes. So check those out on the YouTube channel. Check everyone else out. Follow them on Twitter. Turn on some notifications for us. We would greatly appreciate it. But as always, guys, it's been the Borthers Podcast, and we will see you guys next week. All right.
Later,
Peace
guys.
out.
There, boys.